What is going on, everybody? What is up, Xbox family? It's your boy Sega Man doing his weekly check in. Hope everybody's doing good, man. Hope everybody's doing well. Just doing my check in, man. I'll tell you what, that Xbox Starfield greatness is what's going on right now. What's up, Rain? First on deck, my man Rain G4 in the building. What's going on, Rain? You enjoying that Starfield, man? Hope you're enjoying that real greatness that's over here on the Xbox side, which is the right side. Zinc, what's up, brother? What's going on, Zinc? Just wanted to see how y'all feel about Starfield. Just doing a small little check-in. Zinc, if you want to chime up a little bit of game with me, man, if you're not busy, let me know, my brother Zinc. I'll send you a link, man. I just want to talk a little bit about the Starfield. I just started it today. I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday, but man, from where I started in the beginning of that game, it is very, very breathtaking, man. Incredible detail in the graphics in that game. Starfield is a monster. Starfield is true greatness. All right, Zinc, I'm gonna send my brother Zinc. He come in for a little bit. I'm gonna send my brother Zinc a link right now, man. Give me 1 second, Zinc. Send Zinc a link here real quick. I'll chop it up with Zinc for a little bit because he busy. He be doing stuff with taking care of moms and stuff like that, man. So let me send Zinc a quick link. Chop up a little bit of game with my brother Zinc, man. All right, Zinc, I sent you a link, my man. Shouts out to Rain. Toolman55, what's up, brother? Glad to see you. Well, let's talk about some Starfield, guys. Let me know your impressions so far. We could talk about other things, but man, we really got to celebrate because it is definitely Xbox time, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is definitely Xbox's time, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. I mean, it's just breathtaking, bro. The game is from where I started. I'm not too far in at all. Let me get my brother Zinc on here super quick, man. What's up, brother Zinc?
Hey man, what's going on?
What's going on with you, brother?
Nothing much, man. You threw me off when you said I'm taking care of mother. Yeah, you do. you know, and this
I know you're busy. You be taking care of moms,
yeah,
man.
trying to juggle everything, but it would be the same with my other siblings, but I just happen to be the closest to her. But the thing is, I couldn't ask for better parents. So
Right.
no matter what she makes me do or what I have to do, you got to shut your mouth and do it. But
No,
in
yeah. That's
but
what's up.
anyway, right. But anyway, man, back to real life. This Starfield stuff, dude, is ridiculous. But go ahead, you were about to say what you got into. How long have you played it?
Oh, Zinc, I didn't even get to start yesterday because I was busy. I had to do things. But this morning, I'm like, oh, shit, that's right. It came out for me yesterday because I did the Game Pass. So I did start it today, Zinc. I only got to the part, Zinc, where they fought the guys that came down on the ship. I fought them dudes, and then I went on the ship, with the robot, and I'm like in space now. Then I had to stop because I had to do something, and I was fighting these ships in outer space. But from what I played, Zinc, the little bit of combat that I played, the detail of in the mine when you're digging for I guess minerals or something like that. The graphics is amazing, Zinc. It's very impressive for the little bit that I've seen for Starfield. So I cannot just imagine, Zinc, when I start going more and more into the game. I actually will have to sit down, Zinc, and have like a day of where I can play for a few hours and learn the game. I still got a lot to learn with Starfield, like learning the ship real well. Different things like going on the planets and landing, different things like that. So there's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's definitely worth it, Zinc. And man, that game is breathtaking. That's real greatness, man. That's a real greatness game right there. Is Starfield. That is phenomenal, Zinc. What did you think, man?
Hey man, it's first of all, what's up too, man? And I already said what's up to Rain. But dude, look, it's it's what I like about video games. And the thing is, and these reviewers, this goes to show you, and this is what I was telling people about marketing. They taught us to listen first. And when you listen to people talk about Starfield, you hear how they prejudge a game or anticipate what it's going to do. Then a day later, you find out what you docked the game for, you can actually do in the game.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of listening to people and their take. Like you got have your take and you just started. I have my take. I had to start my game over because by accident I I took this medical pack or some type of medical supply. I took it off the wall. The lady I was with said, "Put that back." The guy immediately calls the police. So a cop come. This shit ain't funny, dude. I don't like starting my game over.
I hear you
So
good.
hey man, so Sega man. So a cop pulls up to me in this doctor's office, and I'm looking at this dude. He was, we had a conversation, and he said, "Surrender now, and we'll go and talk to my board about this." I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere with your ass. So I said no. So he pulled his gun out. So I shot him. So it's
Oh,
dude.
did
Hey,
you?
dude, we
Oh
shoot.
man.
Hey man, I had then the doctor started going crazy. I had to shoot that nigga too. No. So I'm walking out thinking this is
Oh
over,
man.
right? Man,
Yeah.
there's people coming from everywhere. I'm like, the hell's going on? So I lost a couple battles because I ain't shit right now. So I'm only I think at the time I was a level 4. So I'm really not nothing. So
Okay.
and I'm the type of guy that when I get perks, I wait to see what I need the perks for, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't upgrade anything. So I'm trying to fight these cops. I kept getting my ass whooped. So I just said, well, I'll run. I ran all the way to my ship, jumped into outer space. Them niggas was up there. I kept dying. So I said, okay. So I kept having to go to the same reset point. So I finally got a chance to make it to my ship and think about a few things. And I saw this one guy walking around, so I was gonna go up to him and talk to him about a few things. But it was a cop, so he immediately started shooting me, dude. So, so I kept running into problems, man. So I had to go from a level 4 back to a level 2 save and go back through the game again, through my
Yeah.
progressions. But everybody has gone through something different. And this is what everybody heard this story before that's listened to our shows. I really don't like Grand Theft Auto. It's not for me. But
Yeah.
Grand Theft
Yeah.
Auto 5 was the game of the generation when it was out. And what's up, DF4568?
You
First
wonder? You
lady of
think she
chat
might want
pulled
to
up.
come in for a little
I,
bit?
I hope that young lady does want to come up
Yeah.
here,
If you want
dear
to come
D.
in, please come in for a little bit. I'll send you a link. Just let me know, D. I want to know your impressions on Starfield, like my brother Zink. So if you want to come in, let me know, Dea, and I'll send you a link. Our first lady of chat. So what
Right.
were you saying, Zink?
Yeah, man. So like Grand Theft Auto 5, I said it's the best game of that generation, and I don't even like that game. And it's not that I don't like it. It's not for me. It's not my type of game. But and this is we'll talk one of these days, if not today, about the reviewers and how shady they are. And but I can separate rating from my likes, okay? Because everybody swear up and down they're marketers, but when they come across something that they need to be objective about, they say, "Oh, I don't like that game." So now they turn it into a personal review. No, if you're going to market, you market to the lowest form of the consumer to the highest form of the consumer. Okay, you keep it consistent, and that's what I don't like about reviewers. They're never consistent.
Right.
So but Grand Theft Auto had so many variables. And it was great at whatever it did, you know. And the aesthetically, Grand Theft Auto is not graphically great. It's not. But was made to understand by my boy Zinc Griffin that when a game is that big, you have to allocate space for everything. So you just can't concentrate on one small thing and make it beautiful. You have to span that across the entire game. So I understood it that way. And it was when you listen to people talk about Grand Theft Auto, everybody has something different to say. And it was amazing and intriguing. This one guy beat the game, took 90 hours, and some of the things he went through, none of his friends went through this experience before. And everybody had something different to say. But you give it a nine, that's not a nine game, dude. That's a 9.5 or better.
Yeah.
The only thing I could find wrong with this game is sometimes you find things out by trial and error. You know, the tutorials. That's one thing you're going to have to, almost figure out on your own. Even I said, why is this light on? And the light, it's hard to turn off. I turned it off by accident. You have to hold down the left bumper button, and the light would turn off. Your headlight. But dude, I love that game. And the more I play it, the more things I see, the more this game is impossible, and it's like Mass Effect to me. It's a great game, dude. It's too much about this game. Love this game, man.
Yeah, Zinc. That's what it reminded me of, man. It reminded me just a little bit that I was into in the game. It reminded me of like you said of damn. I'm like what a Mass Effect.
Hmm.
It reminded me of Mass Effect, man.
Hmm. And like Rain G4 talking about IGN gave it a 7, and the other IGNs rated it high. And see, people want us to not be critical of reviewers. Why not? They're
Yeah,
critical of people making a game, so why do they have to be Teflon? You know,
right.
they need to be called out. And people equate us calling out a reviewer as to us being mad that they didn't rate a game high. No, you're a liar.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. If you give Grand Theft Auto a 7, you're stupid. You shouldn't be trusted. If you give this game a 7, you're stupid. You can't be trusted. That's just the bottom line. There's nothing about this game that says a 7. Nothing. I mean, and it was even one of the dudes said that other people's sevens are not other people's sevens. Bruh, a 7 is universal. A 70 is a C. You can't get into college with that. I mean, you can, but you're not going to grad school with that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting into the University of Michigan with that. Not even with an 87. And what it does, it pulls the aggregate, the overall score down.
Right.
So everything is relative. I mean, it's just crazy, man. I don't like it when, and like I said, the reason it makes me mad, of course, I'm gonna play my game,
Right.
but it's the other consumer that doesn't have our intelligence, our gaming intelligence, that we look at podcasts, we follow different things about certain games in the industry. Other consumers don't do that. They'll look at a score and think that shit's true, and it's not.
Yeah.
And that's the problem I have with that answering Rangy Four's question.
And then we got our first lady of chat, Dea 4568 in here, man. How you doing, Miss Dea?
Yeah, buddy, what's going on,
Thank you
45?
for having me, you guys. I was surprised to see Sega Man on. I said, I gotta listen to this.
Yeah. Dea, you know what? I just want to get into with you. Have you played Starfield, right?
Yes, I'm still playing it. Yeah.
I tell you what, Dad. To this morning, I just started. I didn't get a chance yesterday. I know
Hmm.
it downloaded yesterday because I had to work. And from what I was telling Zink,
Hmm.
Dad, well, from what I played, it was breathtaking. It really was.
Hmm.
The graphics, the lighting, just the detail. And when you're in that mine cavern, different things like that. It was really
Hmm.
breathtaking. Now I only got to where I got on the ship. I
Hmm.
blasted off, and now I'm into space and had to fight these. I guess they were some kind of space pirates.
Right,
And then I
right.
had to
Yeah.
stop right there because I had stuff I had to do in the morning. But
Hmm.
I'm very very anxious to play more of it. I'm gonna have to spend some time with it. I gotta like
Exactly.
actually spend time with the game, or I'm not
Yes.
gonna be
Yes.
able to enjoy it. But what do you think so far, about Starfield? I mean, this is very, very promising game for me, man. This is great.
Well, first I'll give you this tip. Do not rush through Starfield. There's no reason for you to have to do that. Just because other people are rushing to beat it, you
Talk
do
to
not have to. You know, I've only
Okay.
been to two planets. That's
Yeah.
Crete, and you're going to know about Crete very soon, and Mars. That's it. I haven't moved anywhere else, and I have no intentions of moving past that
Wow.
because I'm enjoying those planets, and I've discovered some incredible stuff. So just take your time. I am not
That's what
rushing
I'm
through
gonna
that
do.
game.
That's what I'm gonna
Um,
do.
I just wanted to let you know that because people are like, "Oh, you gotta, beat the campaign." No, you don't. You don't have. You play how you want to play. I play
oh,
very slowly. When I told people before that it may take me years to beat this game because I may want to explore every single planet. You
Dia,
know.
let me jump in here. And what
Mhm.
Dia is saying is exactly what I do. See, it's the reason that I had to, but one of the reasons I had to buy my kids their own Xbox. This is back when my son was freaking 4.
Yeah.
Okay, because he's like, Dad, what, just go. No, I want to see what's around this corner. What Dia is talking about, dude, I could spend all day in a certain area because
Exactly.
I want to click on everything and see what the hell's going on
Exactly.
and listen
Exactly.
to other people before you got in here, Dia.
Hmm.
When you listen to people talk about the game, everybody has a different experience.
Yeah.
And this is what Dia is talking about. And this is kind of like Redfall to me. If you play Redfall as a single player and you try and rush through that game,
Yeah.
you're going to die and you're going to say the game is
Very
garbage.
quickly.
You're going to die fast and you're going to say it's garbage. But if you methodically play the game like I play Splinter Cell or Alan Wake,
Hmm.
you could see that I picked off this camp deer. This what's that one thing that they have a ritual? It's not called a ritual. They were about to have some like almost like a seance with the vampires or a rally, a vampire
Oh
rally.
yeah, they worship them. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I picked this whole camp off with a sniper rifle by hanging in the bushes,
Mhm.
circling the perimeter, hitting everybody in their head. They never
Mhm.
found me. I killed everybody.
Wow.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
but back to Starfield and what you're saying, you're methodically going through the game, and that's the way I like to play a game. That's the way
Mhm.
I played Mass Effect when I realized.
Same. I played
Yeah.
Mass Effect the same
Go
way.
ahead, D. I don't want to. I want to hear what you have to say because I have another question after you finish. I'm not
Okay.
going to forget because right now I classify myself as ain't shit because because there's no other way to say it. I just don't. Some things I just don't know, and I was so excited last night because I finally perked something up, this one funny looking pistol up because I couldn't
Mhm.
kill these robots that was attacking my robot. I
Okay.
perked this thing up, and man, I knocked those robots down fast. And here's my dilemma, dear. I ran out of bullets with that gun, and I
Man,
don't. How
yeah.
do I get more? That's my question. But
Yeah.
go ahead and finish talking about the game because I have a lot of questions. I hope you're far more advanced than me.
Okay. Well, what I'll say first, I'll answer Sega Man. Okay. As far as my experience, my basic experience, because there's been a lot of experiences. I right now I've been to three planets in total.
At first,
Um,
dear, start with because you in our other show you said you were going to be a religious character or something.
I am,
Okay,
yeah.
start
And
there because for when people hear this, because
Okay.
we
Yeah,
all
that's
started
cool. I
from
want to hear
different.
that. Yeah.
Correct. Go
okay,
ahead, dear.
well, I learned that the enlightened they believe that uh, God gave them the knowledge on how to traverse the stars,
Oh.
and they are also very charitable people. So, like, basically, I have a lot of quest lines that opened up to me that where I help other people. So
Oh.
I'm
Man.
running into all kind of people for who have different needs. Like I just did a quest with a young girl on Mars because she's lonely. It's a mining colony. I'm not giving away too much, but
No,
I
that's all
think
right.
they
There.
said
Go ahead.
that in the trailer that Mars was kind of a mining colony. They said that before,
Yeah.
and she's growing up there where both her parents are miners, and she's kind of lonely. She only got this one little kid that lives there on Mars with her, because Mars is kind of like the undesirable planet, right? It's like, think of it like the coal miners of today, like
Yeah.
it's similar to like
Hmm.
that, right? So um she does, like, she gets bored and everything. So she has this character. I don't know if she created him or something, called Space Frog, and he's supposed to save people and all this other stuff. So now her mother told her not to talk to strangers, but I decided I could probably help this girl because it fits the character's religion. So I talked to her, and she wanted me to put posters all over the place with fraud pictures that she drew to give encouragement to other people. So
Yeah.
I went and did that all over, and then I heard the NPCs reacting to it, saying, I can't, I feel bad. We're being told to take down all of that graffiti, those posters, but I kind of like them. It was like a security guard that said that. But they started reacting to the fact that the posters were being placed every. They hand drawn posters by a child,
Let me
But
stop you, dear. Now, I've heard maybe 40 people talk about Starfield. No one has said what you're saying.
nobody
Wow.
had that quest line.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's why I wanted you to say who you were at the beginning, to let people know how vast this game is. But go ahead.
Zink and Day, is that true what Rain said? You could play Joff Keeley and Ryan McCaffrey in the game?
If you make them, yeah. Rain
Rain, you
is
crazy,
getting
man.
started
That
early in the
dude is
morning.
trash, boy. It's too early. The sun
Oh,
ain't
it's
even
way
up
too
good.
early, Rain.
Oh man, Rain, have mercy on us, please.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah, back to you and your
Go
posters.
ahead,
That you,
Dan.
hey,
Go
and none of
ahead.
these,
Carry
hey,
on.
Sega man, and none of these posters have a Jordan symbol on it. No.
Yeah, but I thought I would give a small, obscure quest line. That's a little one. And then I didn't ask for money, and that you can't kind of like push that child. She's a child, so you can't, if you want it to be bad, push her to say, "Hey, you owe me now" or something like that. But I didn't go that route, and she gave me what, 10 credit, like 12 credits or something. That's almost like 12 cents or something. But but she was so happy because she thought she was doing a good deed through another person. So in a way, I influenced, in a positive way, a child and maybe other people, even though it was something as small as putting little space frog posters all over the place, but it made her happy because she wants to do good, right? And so I thought that was interesting. I have some other quest lines that I haven't finished, but I won't talk about those. They could be bigger. They seem bigger. But yeah, so basically my character does good.
Yeah.
I get a lot of options to influence people in a positive way because of my religion that I chose. And I also run into these other guys that they are a religion too, but they're a lot scarier. I forget the name of them, but I run into them from time to time, and they attack me immediately. I can't
Oh,
remember the
really?
name of them.
Hold on,
Yeah,
attack you how? They just verbally or they shoot at
no, they will kill me dead if they see me.
Oh,
So
man.
you?
I can't remember what the it's it. I forget the name of it. Oh
That's all right.
man, I can't
I'm
think of
glad
it.
you don't know the name of it, because I'll listen. I like to listen to people, but I really don't want any names.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
it really doesn't matter because I may never get to where you're at because
You
I,
didn't choose that path line though, did you? Didn't
I'm a
choose the
I'm a soldier. I'm always going
you
to
a
be a soldier,
soldier? Okay.
right? And I really don't. I don't even know if I completed a mission yet because I like to do exploration and
Same, yeah.
and I
Yeah.
like to build myself up. So when I see something, I'll explore, and then I'm in a firefight with somebody, you know,
Yeah.
and those are the things that I like to do first. I like to power myself up,
Hmm.
just in case. But one thing I did learn, you don't have to kill the animals that you see all the
You
time.
don't. You can spare them. You don't have to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so to avoid smoke, I'll, go around them, do a little bit of mining, and make my way to this structure. And
Hmm.
it's not abandoned. It's it's
Oh
people.
man, you just reminded me of something. Now I will tell you something that happened to me. I'm not going to tell you what planet this was on because you
Okay.
probably have. Zeke may have run into this since he's like me. He's thorough. I said, okay, I'm on this planet. I'm supposed to leave this planet. I said, and I remember I only went to 3 planets, and this is right at the very beginning. I'm still hopping around on these 3 planets.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided I'm gonna go off the beaten path now. I want to kind of get some resources and everything. And I'm looking for resources and I find the structure. So I'm on my way there. And then all of a sudden I hear this scream that put the fear of God in me. I was like, what the heck? It was a creature screaming. And I was like, what is this? That scared me so hard because it came out of nowhere. It was all peaceful. I'm listening to the Starfield music, and this scream comes out of nowhere. And it was like a roar or something. And I just stopped. I was scared. I was like, what is this?
See, dear, let me stop you. And this is right here as to why there are no vehicles in the game. Because you lose that sense. You will calmly walk into this structure, and all of a sudden, this fear comes about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And see,
Mhm.
and that's what I like in a game. But you wouldn't get that experience if you were not walking. You
No,
expect
yeah,
the
it forces you.
unexpected. And even back to Redfall, playing as a single player, and I like to play on the stereo, and I turn the bass all the way up, and I have it kind of loud. So when you hear the bass of a vampire's voice, chills run through your skin. And you looking
Right.
around like, okay, you stop and say, well, okay, where's this coming
Where is
from?
it at? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and you going through this now. You said maybe I've been through there. Nope,
Yeah.
I don't know what
You
the hell
didn't
you
hear that.
talking about.
Wow. It's
No,
right at the beginning, and it scared me. It scared me, and I didn't know. I knew I was approaching it, and what I found was this creature. It had already killed the people there. It had already slaughtered them, and
Man.
I happened to
you know what?
stumble
I heard
upon.
about that on somebody else's show. It could be the same thing. It may not be. But go ahead. But I don't know what you're talking about. I,
Yeah, just it's at the very beginning. If you like go off the beam, you and see it is randomly generated.
but
Something
see, there is
happen.
no beginning, and like look, there. The first thing I did was try and fly somewhere, and one of the criticisms is there's no exploration. You fast travel everywhere. I honestly flew for 2 hours.
You can if you want to,
I
and you
flew,
and you do. You can fly to. It does take a while, but that's real life though. A
it it
real space travel is slow.
it took
It's just yeah,
forever. It did
yeah.
forever, but I love astronomy, so sometimes I'll watch. YouTube shows of the planets. And when a telescope goes past a planet, and when our satellite will go past the planet, and you watching this, that's how it felt. It took forever to get to this planet as the planet got bigger, and I
Right,
passed by the planet. And I
right.
heard people saying you don't do space travel and blah blah blah. And then Alana Pierce flew 7 hours.
7 hours to
And
get to one planet.
and it reminds me of Flight Simulator. And
Right,
you
right.
could be up there for, hey, your best friend Ramo, that dude flew 13 hours somewhere.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
but back to Red Starfield and what you were talking about,
Hmm.
you'll lose that suspense if you're trying to drive somewhere real fast.
Or fast travel everywhere. You really
Or
do need
correct.
to
Go ahead.
sometimes fly and sometimes I would say because like I've been getting hails and stuff and distress calls and stuff in space, and then on the ground I also ran into some people who needed parts because they their ship was down, and this is a random spot. There's nothing there, like it's literally nothing there. So it, it's not something that you can always go back to. It's just nothing there. They were stranded there. I didn't have anything to give them, so I had to leave them there. But I tried. I didn't have anything, So yeah, they kind of stuck there. I wish it was an option that you can actually tell other people to maybe help them or something. But I hope the pirates didn't get them because
Yeah.
those guys show up randomly sometimes. You
Hey,
just
hey, hey, dear, back to you about to get your ass whooped from
uh-huh.
this creature.
Well, you wouldn't know how I beat it. You
Oh,
guys
oh,
can
well
beat it
then,
out
no,
of me.
that's okay. No, that's all right then.
Okay,
But,
okay. But
hopefully, I'll
you
run
can beat
run.
it any way you can. But I actually when you said you went through your bullets and stuff, I used every bullet I had. Vasco was down. He got pummeled into the ground. This thing was strong, and all I had was a knife. I was
Wow.
desperate. I said, I can't lose this save because I've been playing for too darn long.
Wow.
And
Oh,
I
that's it.
fought that thing with a knife, and it took me maybe 30 minutes to beat it, but I did it.
Hey, Sega man, I think D line. This game is a
It's
set.
the truth. I wish I took a picture, but that was so like out of the blue. I never knew any of that was going to happen. I
Mhm.
didn't get a chance to take a picture. I was just fighting for my life
Yeah.
because I had.
That's
I mean, it was either that or die because Vasco was gone. He was beaten, pummeled to death. He was gone. And then I couldn't do
glad you
nothing to get him
using
back.
Bosco because he's my companion too.
Yeah,
And
he's a
let me
good
tell
one.
you what I was trying to find out. I was trying to find out if I didn't need a companion. Is
You
it
can go solo. You
you
can leave
can?
them behind. Yeah. Yes, you can
I'm
tell
gonna
them to
do it
stay
all
behind.
over again
Yep.
because
Yep.
I like to roll by myself. One time, the robot started shooting at somebody. I'm like, what is he shooting at? I'm like, I haven't seen anything. And then the enemy comes out, and I'm like, damn, I wanted to kill them myself.
Yeah, they will kill certain people for
Yeah,
you. It's good in the sense of sometimes you can get a lot of them on you though, and and,
yeah.
and I had some funny moments on how I died too. Some
I,
of those moments are
I
funny.
stood corrected immediately because I realized I needed some help. So
Oh yeah,
it took about 2 hours, but I'm like, yeah, I needed some help, you know. And then I'm looking for this dude. I'm like, hey, bro, where you at? You know?
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I've had some interest. I've had my character just recovered from third-degree radiation burns. I was burned all over. I
yeah,
could
I heard about that. That
barely
was funny.
move. I was like, oh my gosh, that was so bad.
Yeah,
I
you
couldn't
Wow.
said
do
that in
anything.
somebody's chat. I was cracking up. That
Yeah, man. I was like, I'm burned up and stuff. And that. And yes, you can take physical damage. You do have to be mindful of that. Um, I did not know that it affects you physically. I literally had to stay on the ship and recover. I had to do that because I was badly burned. And then, um, another thing is now this is a weird one that happened on Mars. I was just randomly going to a location and it was like an unknown. Like, I
Uh-huh.
didn't know where I was going.
Yeah.
Nothing around it, no structure, so it won't give away anything. But something hopped out of the sand and bit me and bit my leg. And I was like, what the heck just happened? And I killed it. I killed it, right? I think, okay, that I was mad because that scared me. It did because it
Yeah.
jumped out of the sand and just bit me. But then I realized whatever it did something to me because my character's health was messed up after that. I don't know what it did, but I don't even know what it was. I didn't scan it and I just tried to get out of there because all of a sudden a bunch of them started coming out. I don't know where that is. I could not find it again. I don't know
Yeah.
what it was. Just random. I was on my way somewhere just randomly searching and it just hopped out of the sand and bit me. And it was like a little worm looking thing. I don't know what that was. I still don't know what that thing is.
hey,
And it scared me because it's in the middle of the night and I'm hopping around and with the jetpack and stuff. I'm up there listening to the music. I really wasn't paying no attention to anything.
Yeah.
mhm.
I land and all of a sudden I didn't check because you have to check your scanner from time to time to see how close it is.
Oh,
I
I
was
found
just
that scanner by accident.
Oh, I did too. That's that could be a pro or con depending on
Same.
Bethesda likes you to discover.
Yep.
And they don't hold your hand. I mean, if you want a game to hold your hand, that's why I
This
know the
ain't it.
ponies wouldn't like it.
No.
Bethesda is not that. They
Mm-mm.
want you to learn the systems to get in it
Right.
to
Yeah.
figure them out. But you can't. Now there are a lot of people that had their hands on it. You can look up almost anything and they'll show you how to do things. But in the beginning, because obviously we were early access, man, nobody knew how to do anything. I
Mm.
just recently figured out how to bind my guns and stuff to that little bar. I hadn't been focusing on doing that, but I just recently did that.
D,
So
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, you basically
No.
you make a weapon your favorite and it'll show up in that little crossbar it's like a quick bar that you can bring up in game. And I just figured that out, but you have to make your weapons your favorite in order
Hmm.
for that to happen.
Oh, I figured that out by accident too. How to
Yeah,
put things in
yep,
my favorite. And then
yeah.
when I figured it out, I ran out of bullets and the guns had to replace them.
Well,
Oh.
you You might have to be like me and fight with a knife against a creature you don't even know what it is.
Man,
Man.
see, that's crazy talk right there, man. That's
Yeah,
straight up crazy. But that's the one thing, and you have all of these ammo packs that you carrying,
yeah,
and I think I woke up. I probably woke up about three this morning, and I started listening to a show, and I said I got to figure this out. So I looked up this one thing, and you have to look at what ammo the gun uses, and
yeah.
maybe you could find out and reload the weapon that way. I don't know. And it,
Yeah,
and
the,
it
what the,
also,
the ammo is something I'm still learning because
yeah, I
it's a
don't know.
lot of
Okay.
different ammo and it obviously
Yep.
doesn't look like earth ammo.
Yep.
So yeah, I still have to learn that too. I've been
Hmm.
figuring out the system slow. Isn't a lot of systems because you got your ship systems,
Hmm.
you got your storage systems. That's another thing
Yeah.
a lot of people are learning about.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I'm still
yeah,
working through that. And sometimes I'll give my robot all of my stuff, and then other times I don't know how to give it to him. And then I had to have a short conversation with him, and then he said, "Hey, I'll carry some of your things." And I'm
right.
like, "All right, cool." And then I'll do it. So I'm still figuring that out as well. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
And it's
there's
I'm
a
sorry.
lot to figure out in the game, and I'm glad that you and Zink, you and Dea are telling me this stuff because, like I
Right.
said, the only thing I did that was funny is before I got on the ship, there was a girl sitting in the little, where the mine is, and I picked up her. I don't know if it was her ID pad or something, and she said, "Just go ahead on and fine, just take my stuff." You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
they will react to you stealing too, so be careful with
And
that.
I
Oh,
didn't know that. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't mean to take her
Yeah.
shit. She's like, fine, go ahead and just take my stuff.
And you can go to jail.
hey,
So if you do that,
Dia,
you're
did you
gonna
hear? Did you hear the beginning of the show? Did you hear what I did? I had to
no,
start the game over.
no, I
Tell
didn't.
tell her, tell her.
Hey, the realness. Also use a scanner in all rooms to
Rooms to
see
see pickup.
pickups
Very
easier.
good tip. Very
And,
good
and,
tip.
and I didn't know that either. I
Right.
found that out by accident. But Dia, so I'm playing the game, and I was, first of all, real quick, I said Grand Theft Auto 5 was the game of the generation when it came out, and I don't like Grand. It's not for me. But the
Right.
game is it has so many facets. Everyone is going to have a different experience. And I realized that for the 10 hours that I played the game, I'm like, this is the best game, because everybody is doing something different.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so I listen to a lot of people. But when I'm playing the game, I finally made it to whatever the planet is that's like the Citadel.
Hmm.
So, because everybody's like, you got to go there. I'm like, where is it?
Right. Yeah.
That's how backwards I'll take a game. I don't want to do what you tell me to do. I want to play the game my way. But anyway, so I'm going through the Citadel like space, and I'm going from shop to shop. By this time, I picked up that lady because we had this conference or whatever. I'm gonna help you out. So we doing our thing, but I want to go to every shop to see what's going on. So I go to this doctor's office. So you know how you pick up the medical packs on the wall, right, or whatever they are.
Hmm.
So I just went and clicked to it like I've been doing for 6 hours,
Right.
and the lady said, "Hey, put that back." And then the doctor called the police as if I stole it. And I looked a little bit closer. I looked a little closer, and it said steal. I just thought it said take, right? So I stole it and didn't know it. So the cop pulls up on me and he's like, "Hey, we had a conversation." He said, "Well, all right, well, I'm gonna have to take you in and we're gonna see what you do, we're gonna do about you, basically." And I'm looking at this dude, I'm like, I'm a soldier. I'm not going nowhere with you. So I said, I'm like, no.
Oh wow.
So he pulls his gun out. So I killed his ass. The doctor went crazy. He pulled out a gun. I killed him too. So, hey, I'm thinking it's over. So I walk out the building. I'm walking along. Everybody start coming at me. It's a shootout. Hey, so I kept dying because I wasn't powered up. I didn't, I just
Right.
not powerful. So I said, well, maybe I could run to that blue spot. So the blue spot is it happened to be my ship. So I ran all the way there, barely made it. And I said, well, I'll fly into outer space and it's over. They were out there,
They
dear.
were out there
They
waiting.
kept
Yeah.
shooting my
They
ship
do have
down.
their ships too. Yeah.
Bruh, they were on my ass. So I was at a level 4 at this time. I had to drop down to a level 2 save just to get through that. Because
I
I
heard other
actually,
people had to do that because they are a lot harder than you think they are.
bruh, but I can't wait till I power up because you pull that stun on me, it's on. You know,
I want to
yeah,
say hi to Snooky. He said hi to everyone here.
Hi, Snooky.
Hi, Deploy. I see you came in.
yeah.
What's up, the
Deploy
boy
is fire.
619 T Reaper?
Yeah,
T said the game is slow. It's how you play it, T. It
yeah,
depends on what you're doing. It is
Mm-hmm.
an exploration game, so it's
yeah.
not meant to be high stakes, speedy fighting and all that stuff. It's not. It's meant for you to discover and make your own story. That's basically Bethesda games. So you
And
take your time with it, or you can just blast through the main story. That's up to you.
and Kirillian, what's up? That's a new guy. I haven't seen them before.
What's
Hey,
up,
I don't
Corey?
know. I don't know if Kirillian is a girl, so I don't know. But what's
All
up?
right.
Yeah, don't mess around and get D'd up in here. Hey, I'm a girl.
Oh, Killian said it's woke trash.
Oh no, well you that could be a pony, but anyway,
Oh
and
man, it's woke trash.
yeah, and
Oh,
two man, what's up? I think we said him before. Hey, but
Yep.
anyway, but dear,
Mhm.
that was my experience, and like I said, I had to double back because I like to explore, and my methodology of exploring is to try and get level up a little bit quicker without
Mhm.
going through a mission,
Well,
and when
you know the game is kind of set up for you to do that naturally. It's like don't make it a lot of hard work. Just go from your side missions and all. You will level up. Those things will level you up. Or do your main missions. That's up to you. But you don't have to do that. It's like for me, I don't go out my way to try to level up. I just do things
Same.
and I
I'm just
level.
doing things
Yeah.
and I'm automatically leveling up. And but now I boosted up my pistol power and I'm able to kill people better.
oh,
Right
You know.
now, that
cool.
that's helpful if
Yeah.
you learn how to craft mods and stuff for your guns and stuff like that. You can level up your I say so far I've done a few mods for my guns,
Hmm.
Oh,
and
cool. Yeah, that's
you
cool.
you
I
can
gotta
cook, you
figure
can
that
do
out.
different stuff. Yeah, you got to have like a station. I only got one on my ship. I haven't done almost anything. Like you can upgrade your ship. You can do so much in that game, but
Dear,
it takes money.
I've seen stations where you can um add to your weapons on other areas that I've discovered.
Okay.
Yeah, and, because I'm just exploring and like I'll get 20 XP for this, and I could do that all day. I tell you what, another person, like, I can't wait to hear what Dr. Vaca sent me a picture of a ship that he's building, and Dr. Vaca is gonna go somewhere way over there, way from what we're doing, or
Mhm.
anybody else's. Like just like anybody else, I can't wait to hear what Deploy have to say. He said he has almost 2 days and he's a level 10.
Wow.
You know,
Wow, he's
and
higher than me. I
yeah,
think I'm almost a 10, maybe. That's how slow I've been taking it. But
same.
because I do exploration, and that doesn't always mean you run into something. You might find or discover things. So, like
Hmm.
I found some cave in a spooky spot, and I haven't heard anybody else finding this cave. This cave is. I got a picture of that. It might be.
Dear, don't send a picture to anybody. And see, that's what I'm talking about, Sega man. When we first opened the show, I haven't seen a cave yet. I haven't heard anyone speak of a cave yet. And
Yeah.
like I said, I've listened to maybe 40 or 50 people, and from all areas, no one has said anything about a cave yet.
Wow. Well, it is off the beaten path, and it's interesting. I'll put that.
Really?
What's inside of it? I won't say what's inside of it, but yeah. But it was. I just stumbled onto it. You just like that's the thing. You think you just going out there and you just they're gonna see wilderness and stuff, and you're not gonna see anything. That's not true. But that's the thought of everything. It's something on every planet, and it's not just one or two things. It's a lot of stuff on there, and then there's random things that happen on the planet that you might not get the second time you play. Like I've died a few times. Like one time I wasn't prepared because I'm up there when I'm exploring, I'm kind of like relaxing, and I enjoy that aspect of it because I'm
Yeah.
looking at things and stuff. And then that darn religious group showed up out of nowhere. I was like, how did they even know I was here? They
Let me tell
landed
you,
there.
let me tell you what I thought when you said that, dear. When you said on the show, I think it was last week, you said you were going to pick a religious group or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
like, she ain't going to get no action. I'm like, she
That's
ain't
not
nobody
true.
gonna come shooting at her. And
That's
now
not
here
true.
you are telling me how many people do not
It's
like
these
you.
same people, the same ones. I run into them everywhere, and I don't know why I'm running into them. I don't even do any. They're violent though. They're like violent. And I don't know. I learned about them on that
Wow.
Citadel planet. I know we're not gonna say the name, for the people who don't know, but I learned about them. It's a museum there that tells you everything about the history of everything from the time that humans left Earth and everything. I learned everything about the backstory through that museum, and
I heard about the museum for the
it's
first time
fantastic.
yesterday.
Yes,
Hmm.
it's really good. You should check it out next time you go to that city, and
Hmm.
that's how I heard about that group. They're a religious group, but they're not the ones that I joined. And these people are violent. Okay, they're violent as heck, and I keep running into them. I think it has to do because I chose a religious path that I run into those people more than I haven't run into the Crimson people, but I've heard other
Hmm.
people say
Yep.
they have. I have not run into one Crimson person, not
Yep.
one.
Hmm.
But I run into them other guy. I think they call Varan or something, or I can't remember the name of it. But
Yeah.
I run into them all the time. And how they found me in the middle of nowhere is beyond me. And they laying there, and then they was like they were searching for something. I don't know what they were doing
Hmm.
there. But then I sneaked up. I said, let me see if I can get on the ship because they left the ship. It was about three of them. I said, maybe I can just sneak up and take the ship. So I snuck in there and got in the ship. And all of a sudden, I was trying to get it open. Then it shut on me. It took off.
That happened to Todd Howard, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Whoa," you
They
know.
knew. I
And
was like, I must have been seen on cameras or something. I don't know. They knew. They left the other guys on the planet. Anyway, I got on the ship and
and
they tore me up though. They destroyed me. I died though.
that's super impressive that you could pick. I honestly thought your thing was going to be like a peaceful
No,
mission, and
no.
you going about. And here's Deploy with his garbage. He jumps in here at 10:34, and Deploy, he's given one of his experiences.
Hmm.
He said, "I was on a planet. A
Mhm,
ship came in. I went to check it out.
mhm.
Soldier came out and said, 'There's a bounty. Pay up.'
Oh,
Deploy Deploy says, 'I killed them all and jacked the
with the
ship.'
ship.
Now, but we all know Deploy ain't shit, so of course he's
Oh,
gonna take their ship, you know?
oh my God, deploy. You're going down the naughty route. You're naughty, deploy.
Hey, Deploy, I don't know if you heard, but I accidentally stole this medical pack where I thought it said take, but it was said steal, and I selected steal. I would have never stole it.
Yeah, I
And
wouldn't have touched that thing.
Deploy, the doctor came up and said, no, the lady I was with said, put that back. The doctor said he called the cops. So the cops pull up and we had a conversation. And the cop was like, "Hey, we're gonna have to take you in to some board and see what we need to do about you." And I'm like, "You're not taking me nowhere." So I'm a soldier. So he pulled his weapon out, so I killed him. The doctor pulled a weapon out. I had to kill this dude too. So I walk out the doctor's office thinking everything is cool, and everybody was after me, deployed. So it's random encounters all the time. Here,
Oh, that's
Wilkin just
awesome.
pulled up. Yeah.
Oh, Wilkins telling
Hey,
us this
Wilkins,
thing. Wait
thank
a
you
minute.
for coming.
Deploy. Oh, and welcome, Wilkin. Deploy. I want to read this other one first. He said, yesterday I got hit on by a female that was on a cruiser asking if I was single. And if I'm sure I'm nothing special anyone else. That happened in the game. Wow. Okay. I haven't had anything like that happen. Okay.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, I was going to ask that. Deploy says smashing, but have you had any sexual encounters, dear, like we did in
No,
Mass Effect?
no, not yet. It's because I'm an introvert in the game, and I also stick mainly with the robot. So I haven't had a lot of encounters with people yet, and I haven't
Oh, okay.
befriended Constellation as much yet. So yeah, it hasn't happened yet, and that's because I'm just doing every other thing. I'm just wherever I feel like doing for the day, I do it. I like the freedom to just decide what I want to do. I did a little bit of my main mission for once, but I
Hmm.
just been doing so just random stuff. I've been running into people in space and trying to help them and stuff. It's just been fun. I can just do whatever
Hey,
I feel
Smitty
like
Smith.
at the
Right,
minute.
Yeah.
right, right.
Hey,
Wilkin.
oh,
Uh-oh.
Wilkin, yeah.
Sorry.
You know what? I'm so glad y'all here with me today on this because y'all giving me all kind of pointers. Like I said, I'm still like a baby in the game. Like I said,
Mhm.
I'm on
Hmm.
the ship, and I have to figure out. I got to go to. It says like I have to go to some thing or something, and I got to go land somewhere, and then I had to stop it because I had stuff to do. But I just wanted to get a little taste.
Hey,
Right.
Sega man,
Yeah.
every time they tell me what I have to do, I don't do it.
Oh wow.
I go exploring, doing, what, trying to, just exploring the planets and seeing what the hell's going on.
and
But
Zink,
Dia, you go ahead.
Zink and Day, I almost did that because after you fight those people in the beginning, and they say and the brother's talking to you, and you take his ship, right?
Hmm.
I wanted to actually, because I'm one of them. I'm one of them like they. I like to. I wanted to explore where I was at, and I'm like, should I go do that or should I get on the ship? So I ended up getting on the ship, but I wanted to just to go around the whole board, like the whole area, and like find stuff and get
What
stuff and stuff
what
like that.
what
And I
did you
didn't.
choose for your character if you don't mind me asking?
I chose. I think it was warrior. Is it warrior or fighter? Or I
You
think I
okay, you
chose
want to be a brawler, but what is your
brawler.
like
Yeah.
skills? Like what skills did you pick? Like your background stuff. Like
Dia asking too many questions. I think I forgot that.
I
I
forgot.
forgot what
Yeah,
my
I
skills
forgot.
were.
you
Hey, I'm
forgot
be honest with you. I forgot. I just
because I would say this, if you pick something that helps with exploration, this is how I find a lot of those weird spots because I don't think everybody can.
I
I
think I
think
picked exploration too. I
yeah, if
think.
you have that, that's how I found that weird cave and all that stuff. I think that
Hmm.
you have an ability to find things easier than other people would, or
Hmm.
you stumble onto things easier. So
can you go back and change it?
if that's something you want to do, yeah, that might be more suited to how you want
Okay.
to play the game, I would
Yeah.
say. And then you're early on, so and
Real
or
early.
you could keep that one and just make a new character, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
you can always do that.
Dia, I think I'm gonna chime in on deploy in a second, but
Okay.
I think you were about to read something from Wilkin.
Wilkins, yeah,
Go
he
ahead.
Which one?
okay.
Go ahead.
We're gonna start at 11:41. Wait a minute, no, not let me see. Okay, it's 11:38.
11:38.
Yeah, he says, I'm role playing a diplomatic space cowboy, and there are a ton of persuasion and diplomacy options. It's amazing. Wow. So he has a skill I don't have. I can't talk to people well at all. And he says, I went on vacation at this one beach resort planet while doing my Freestar Ranger missions in the daytime. This game is my favorite game all time. And then he says, he said, you can get married in Starfield. Take the companions on faction side quests and talk to them when they
Wow.
want to talk to you.
That's
You
cool.
will develop deeper. That's true with the deeper relationships because I had that woman. What's her name? That main lady, the blonde lady that you
Yeah,
meet.
I was definitely trying to kick it with her. I thought she was fire.
She started. I had to do some persuasion choices, and she liked some of the decisions that I made, and she started kind of warming up to me after that. So yes, they do react to, like, they watch and pay attention to what you do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that was something I noticed in my game.
Yep.
um
Hey, when I was killing everybody, she said, "Hey, I don't agree with this," and I'm like, "Uh
oh
oh,
wow.
she ain't gonna kick it with me. I better calm down." you know. Okay, I was going off, boy. Yeah,
Uh,
but they do pay attention. Hey, let's jump down here to Deploy talking his shit again at 10:41 a.m. He said, upgrade that jet pack. Hey, look,
yes, he's right about that, and I should have did that from the very beginning. That's
here's
true.
the thing, dear. I was listening to a group of guys, and one of the guys found this super jet pack, and he was just killing people flying through the air, just hanging in the air like he Air Jordan or somebody, and he just shooting people in the air. Totally changed the game for him. And then a guy that have over 120 hours said, they never found that jetpack.
Yeah, legendaries, you don't, that's not guaranteed. Yeah,
And
when or
but
even how you get them, you know.
yeah, 'cause you just have to play the game. And
Hmm.
he found it way early in the game by going to a planet exploring like you and I do. And
Okay.
he found this, but the guy that played for over 100 hours never saw it.
Never
So
found it.
the
Yeah, you don't
deploy
know.
is spot on that.
Yep.
Wow.
Your game
Yep.
is a crapshoot. You do not
Yep.
know what you're going to get. You may have the craziest game and never get, just, it might, you might run it, do a lot of fighting in your game. You never know. You might tick some guy off or whatever. You just don't know. The game is
Right.
so random. You don't know.
Right. Right. And then Deploy said he found 4 legendary weapons.
Yeah, I
I
see that.
found none.
Or I don't,
Dude.
I got a legendary suit that I found. That's the only legendary I found, but it's fantastic. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's a suit, that I found. But that's all. I have not found any weapons
Mhm.
like that.
And see, and this is what, of course, I represent the chat 100% of the time. Is
Yeah,
Smitty
yeah.
Smith at 1041 said, Others Inc. Facts. I don't follow no damn direction.
Yeah. Look, oh, Smitty, hi,
Hey, dude, hey, I strictly play a game the way, if you allow me, I'm going to do things my way. I'm going to do things my way the whole way. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's how I play.
and if your game is not going exactly where you want or something, you can always start it over. It's
Yeah,
not a
but
Yeah,
big deal.
yeah, that's true.
yeah, and I did it by accident, man. I hate to start a game over, but I was just gonna keep on dying, so I had to revert back to a level two.
I've heard other people had to
Yeah,
do that too because
yeah.
you can get trapped in a situation where uh I think I heard this was a testimony from Fuzzy Belvedere. Oh man, he's had some of the incredible stories.
Fuzzy is
Oh
that's
my gosh.
Fuzzy is like he hasn't been on this, but Fuzzy is like a Rangy Four or Wilkin
Man,
or Smitty or one of the guys deploy in our chat. Fuzzy shoots straight, dude, and he's a
I
Forza guy. He
yeah,
have
he
some
is.
great.
He's
He
decent.
have great knowledge about some things, and of course he's on some other podcasts. But
Mhm.
he's a dude. I say he did come from the chats, and he's one of the few people that I trust.
Right.
In the
Fuzzy is a
neighborhood. Yeah.
good guy, and he has
Yep.
good takes on everything. But one time he was telling his story. He needs to write a book on that, man. It was the most exciting stuff I've ever heard that was happening in his games. It's unbelievable. He's just been enjoying himself, but his games is like almost like an action adventure story or something. Like the stuff he's found himself in, the items he's found, the situations he ended up in was like, wow, that's so far. He's had some of the most exciting takes I've ever heard in Starfield so far. I haven't moved that much, so I haven't done that much, but I think mine is starting to pick up now. But yeah, that's his stories has been incredible to listen to.
Hmm.
The things he's
That's
done.
great. It's great to hear all these stories, from Deploy and Wilkin, all them, man. This is fantastic. I cannot wait to jump back in. I just have to
Hmm.
sit down and have the
Hey,
time, bro. That's the
Wilkin,
that's the problem, the time.
don't spoil Earth for me. I haven't been to Earth yet. I'm saving that.
Oh, will you please stop it, dear? I was just about to
I'm
read that.
saving
Dude,
that.
hey, dude. Hey, I
Hey,
was just about to read that because what Wilkins just said is is why I like my. Well, of course, it's not why I like my mother, but it's why I say she's the second smartest person I've ever met, and it's not because she's my mother. It's because she actually is. I mean, she's a genius, and she doesn't read for fun. It has to be something pertaining to real life.
hmm
And what he just said here, and I'm glad my mother got a chance to visit Egypt and see the pyramids and a lot of
man,
things like
that's
that.
nice, man.
But what he said there, dear,
Mhm.
dear, you got to read it, man. Come on. Yeah, I mean, people got it. Just people
Okay,
just
go
rolling
ahead.
around in the street. We just can't let that go away. We
I'll
just
I'll
can't.
let it go. I was trying to save Earth because
I didn't know about it, and I'm positive nobody else knows this either.
okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, dear. You ruined it for everybody, so I don't want to ruin. I don't want you
Oh
mad at
my
me because dear gonna hang up the phones like, man, I'm gonna kill other Zinc. I'm gonna find them, So you read it. I'm not reading.
God. Okay, Wilkin. By the way, there is a way to see landmarks from Earth. It was amazing when I found how to visit them. the Cairo pyramids on Earth look amazing,
Wow, man.
interesting.
Man.
I imagine though it's almost like you're visiting real locations or something like
Hey,
that.
but then Wilkin is a liar because the clown from IGN said the game is a 7. So
Oh, please don't.
Oh
These
yeah,
guys,
I'm
man.
hearing. Yeah, I heard a few things, man. I knew that was you knew you knew
I
that was
knew that it was gonna
yeah.
come. It doesn't matter. I knew it was gonna come, especially when Microsoft started getting smart and wise and realized do not just hand your game off to anybody.
Yeah.
So
correct.
Yep.
it's this is the pain that Microsoft has to go through. And like I said, people are like, "Oh, it's a game of the year." Yes, this Starfield absolutely is a game of
I
the
think
year,
so. I believe so.
but it's not going to win. They are not going to let that win. So don't expect it to do that. Don't and understand you don't need that validation anyway. You know,
No,
the
we
only
won't.
thing we need is for Microsoft to stay a healthy platform, making
Mhm.
good, great games
That's
that
right.
we can play. That's what we
I
need. We
agree.
need them to be
Yeah, I
strong.
agree.
That's it.
100%. You said all facts, and we talked about that at the top of the show. And it's like those people with the fake marketing degrees. When you're in marketing, you're taught to listen. Then secondly, every human is a consumer. And we people that listen to podcasts, people that this whole podcast community, even the podcast we don't listen to, it only represents less than 4% of the buying population.
Mhm.
So, of course, you're not going to influence us, but they can influence the smaller consumer that don't hear us. You influence the consumer because you bring the aggregate down to the people that all they see is a score. All the game may not be that good. IGN's population is not even the Xbox community. I don't know Xbox people that like
They
IGN.
don't. I don't know anybody who watches IGN. If
Right.
they do it, it's because Microsoft is putting important things on there that forces us to look at IGN. They
You
need to
said that
stop
a
that.
month ago, and you were
Yes.
so accurate
Thank
saying
you.
that. And I cannot stand to watch a biased reviewer that we all know is biased, and you can't hide it. I mean, we're intelligent people. That's why I represent. There's a lot of smart people in the chat. You can't hide your bias from us. You just can't. Now I'm forced to watch you do a video on Forza. Like I watched this one GT dude do this video on Forza that's coming out in October. He
Mhm.
was straight trash. But I had
Yeah.
to watch this because
Because that's where
Microsoft,
Microsoft is sending their info. You're gonna want to know about the game before it comes out. I
right?
mean, I've had to look at certain things on there. When Redfall was coming out, remember that's when I complained about it. Because
Yep,
I didn't want to
yep,
go there to look at my
yep,
Redfall information. But
yep.
what other choice do I have? So as Microsoft continue to do that, that's what forces us to get on there, and they're helping them.
Right.
Hopefully this whole Starfield thing has opened their eyes no matter how good of a game they release. Because I'm gonna tell
Yep.
you now that Starfield hit on all cylinders. If you compare it to any other game that came out this year, yes, even the best ones, my
No comparison.
Starfield has less bugs than BG3. What's that? Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate, hey, dear,
It has less. It has less bugs than that Star Wars game that's on
Jedi
EA.
Survivor.
That I survived.
Bug,
Think
a
about
bug
that.
magnet. That game got more problems than Redfall, and people just want to shut their mouth
They
about
don't say nothing.
it.
I
It's
don't know
always
about
that way.
Nintendo's game. I don't know because
Even
not
that game have bugs, dude, and people won't say anything.
so.
Nope, they
So
won't.
what I'm trying to say is that I don't think Microsoft could release a game in a better state, with exception to Hi-Fi Rush. I still no game has topped that one so far. But a game as big as this, because I knew it was going to be some buzz because it's too many systems in Starfield. But
Mhm.
a game as big as this, ambitious as this, doing what it's doing in the state it's in, is so polished. It works so well and on the S2, by the way. And I don't think Microsoft could do a better job. A good-looking game, a fantastically played game, and if they can knock this game down the way they have been doing, then there's no hope. And I think that Microsoft needs to understand there's nothing they can do. They can come out with a game of the year contender, which this is, and they will still knock your game down. This is
Correct.
this is a lesson that Microsoft needed to see, because I think sometimes they think that if they release something really good, that they'll get their accolades. They're never going to get their accolades from these people,
Ever.
ever.
Phil
Nope.
Spencer could give. pass out the Bugs Bunny Jordans in their size, and they still gonna hate this game.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
It don't
Oh, yeah.
matter what happens, they gonna hate anything, and they gonna give up some crazy ass excuse. And to say people to say, oh, and even somebody just gave it a 5,
I know. I
and
heard they gave it a
and
5.
it
Yeah.
and it dropped the aggregate to
That's what they were trying
86.
to do. They're trying to make sure it
Of
does not win
course.
game of the year.
And you know what, dear? Thank you, dear, for saying game of the year.
Yep.
I hope Starfield doesn't win game of the year. I honestly hope it doesn't. I don't want any game I like to ever win game of the year because to me, their game of the year, you could only play it for a weekend.
That's
My
right.
my game of the year games, you can play forever. Sega Man, we're still playing Gears, even though Dia hates
Yes,
us
we
and never
are.
want to play with us. I still
Oh
play.
my God.
I play Gears every day. I get my daily achievements out of the way, then I jump into Starfield and try and figure something out
Yeah.
and go from
Yep.
there. You
Right.
know,
Right.
the game that I don't like, Grand Theft Auto, people still playing this game today.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know,
I don't play Grand Theft Auto either, but if
yeah.
people are, it came back on Game Pass and then it went back up again on
Thank
the
you.
most engaged. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, I just told you how much I don't play Grand Theft Auto, but you know what? Some a journalist made a BS article talking about it. Grand Theft Auto may be $150. Hey, guess what?
You know
It's
what?
it's worth it. That game is worth $150 because you're gonna play it for 10 years. All right.
Yeah, you're gonna
I
definitely get
ain't
your money's
paying
worth.
$150 for no game. That thing gonna
Dear's a
be stuck
liar.
with me.
Dear, you will pay $150 for
Not
your
for no
favorite
Grand
game.
Theft Auto.
Not for Grand Theft Auto, but
No.
for one
I'm
of your games that you like,
I'm
you'll get
actually
you'll give it
very
up.
patient. I'm actually a very patient gamer. That's one thing most people learn about me. I will
Okay,
wait.
yeah, you're a very patient gamer.
Patient
How
gamer,
long
yes.
how long have you been playing Starfield?
I've been playing Starfield. I can't do it every day. We had Labor Day
How many
weekend,
how
so I
many
had to.
weeks have you been playing Starfield? How many days?
Uh,
When was your first day playing?
the
Yeah.
day it launched, the
Oh,
first day, the very first
hey,
day. Yeah,
hey, dear, you paid early access, so you not that patient, bro.
I did, but that's because I know there are
You knew
certain
what you were
things.
gonna get, and
Yes,
that's
and
my.
I
But
and I
dear,
put
that's
money aside for the games that I know I'm going to get.
that's exactly my point. I'm very patient too. Dear, I'm so patient. I was playing Splinter Cell back in the day. I hung on this pipe in this hallway for 45 minutes just to get the right jump on this security guard. That's how patient I am. So I'm not going to pay something for a game unless
150 is too much, and that's
it
not
is
including
too much.
That's a lot.
DLC. That's too
But
much for me. Not
see, you got Sega Man in on this too. Hey, Sega Man, you mean to tell me you're not gonna get the best version of Forza or Gears when it come out?
No, 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 no. I will do that.
It's okay. We all have our limits. All of us. We all have. I'm getting now. My kids can get their own game, but as long as those two little niggas do what I ask them to do, I'll always pay for your entertainment because
Hmm.
my life is over. I don't have anything else to do but to make sure you continue the correct path. I make money here and play games, so I'm getting the $99 version of Forza for my daughter and son because my daughter
Oh,
they
nice,
games there, but
nice.
I bought this. I bought Starfield for 'em, you know.
Mhm.
As long as you do what your parents ask, I'll support you. Well, I'm gonna support you anyway because you have my name. But I'll take that price burden away from you for a lot of little things. You go ahead and enjoy yourself.
Mhm.
But we all
The
have
reason why I don't like those high prices, though, it's a reason behind.
yeah, I
I
agree with
don't
you.
I don't like that it locks out people with lower incomes.
True
Remember
that.
when I complained about how Nintendo never do
100%.
sales and stuff that allows people who want to game, who might not have all that kind of money, to
100%.
be able to get in at some point.
And
And
then
I just don't like that.
and you brought up Nintendo. Nintendo is worse because I don't care what these cultists say about Nintendo. The 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 market demographic of Nintendo is 12 and under. Whether they like it or not, that's their target market. So parents are forced to pay full price for everything
Everything.
Nintendo.
Yeah,
everything. But at least Microsoft has given us an avenue where we don't have to pay
that's true.
for
Yeah,
games. Games like Redfall, all of us could have waited until today.
we could have. Yeah,
All of
yeah.
us could have waited, but we wanted to get into the game. I
Hmm.
thought I was going to play Mass Effect. I'm glad I wasn't wrong. I'm playing Mass Effect. Okay.
Right,
So I'm
right.
glad I spent the money to play early because I got what I wanted. You
And
know,
you still haven't gotten everything. I know you're gonna probably marry somebody in that game,
yeah, I
and you
haven't
can
done
have
it
Guys,
yet.
kids
I'll be
and
right
stuff.
back. I got to take a phone call.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
you shouldn't
see.
have left. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Dear, you run the show. It's over. Don't ever leave us unchaperoned. Go ahead, dear. Finish the
This
show
place
here.
on fire. Okay, let's see. I want to say hi to Radiance. I don't think we said hi to Radiance there.
Radiance, he pulled up.
He
Uh,
said, here, from what I've seen, Bethesda made an amazing immersive simulation game. They did, and
mhm.
it's like playing out your ultimate fantasy. You know, you know, people always say they want that, but Bethesda tries to make it as close as they can to that. A game can't do everything perfectly, like every aspect. I've heard people nitpick every little aspect. I
Everything.
want this, I want that. They can't give you absolutely everything. No game can give you absolutely everything, but they try to get you that experience with like if you like to shoot stuff and kill things, okay, you can do that here. If you like I said, I'll let you guys know how the religious path is going eventually. So far, I'm at the very beginning stages, but I say this: you're gonna still run into things that's gonna require you to fight. I'll put it that way.
Hey,
And,
before we get to Adney and
uh-huh,
Grand,
okay,
you just brought up something. I thought I wouldn't be able to shoot enough things. There's plenty of
there's plenty,
firefights.
and
I,
some are very random too. And
very
you can initiate that too. You can take up bounties. It's all kind of ways you can do that
Yeah, I haven't even taken up anything. I'm just exploring and running into firefights.
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
It says an abandoned facility. I said, okay, I'll go through everything here. Soon as I get close enough, I get shot in the head.
Yeah,
So,
I
and
ran
it's
into
on.
somebody in abandoned place too, and she was like, she had a gun pointed. I didn't even know a person was there, and she had a gun pointed at me and Sarah, I think that's that character name,
Yep.
and she was like, "This is mine." I guess she like scavenged things or something
Right.
like that. And I was like, "Oh, okay," And I talked my way out of it and said, "Hey, we don't want anything from you. We just investigating." We saw a dead body on the way up there, and she was like, "Oh, you investigate? Okay, okay." She let us stay there, and I just took a few things and left.
Dear, see, that's what we different at. It would have been on. You pointing the gun at me, it might be a
Yeah,
problem.
she was ready
This
to shoot though.
it's a potential problem.
She
But
was
back to
ready to go, and she could have a lot of skills. That's the thing; you never know.
mhm. And see, and Adney and Grant, he still want to fight. Phil Spencer could offer a free PS5 with every purchase of Starfield, and ponies will still hate him.
That's true. They
100.
hate him because they know Phil Spencer has not only saved Xbox but has made it great. That's why they hate him. He's done everything that they did not want to happen. They pretended because people like to pretend that they got good morals and they have good virtues and stuff. It's good to pretend that when you're in a position where you don't have to show anything for it. But
Mhm.
this gen, they've had to show it. And they could not stand on that. Oh, we just want you to be good. They're being good. What are they doing? Destroying their games in
Mhm.
the eyes of other people. I've been in so many chat rooms where people are trying to get people to not buy
Yep.
Starfield. Like
Yep.
it's their job or something.
Yep. They even hated on your girl Alana Pierce. I say your girl because it's women that play games. I'm
Mhm.
glad because my daughter loves games. I
Yeah,
sent
that's
my
cool.
daughter a picture of her. She's 21 now. I sent her a picture when she was, I think, 4 years old, sitting on the couch in her pajamas with an Xbox controller
Hmm.
and playing the game.
That's
So
cool.
yeah. So I shout out to the ladies that like to play games because my daughter really likes it, and I know the trouble you guys go through when they find out it's a girl on. It's like
Yeah,
jokers
some
lose their mind,
places
like
are
they
not
on
always
drugs. Or
good.
something.
You got to be careful.
Yeah,
You do.
right.
But when you
And
find good people, it's great.
100%. And Rain G4, he's straight trash. He said Zinc plays Gears while he's brushing his teeth.
Rain
Go ahead,
Man,
brother.
he's on
Chill.
fire. Okay, I got one that's good. It's like, where did I see that at? Hold on, let me find it. Okay, Radiant said this, and he was responding to Wilkin, and I think this is a good point. The game's world is alive. The NPCs have a life of their own. That is so true. Because that not only if you leave an object somewhere, I have left a planet and came back and that object was in the same spot.
Thank
That's
you.
one thing. And then two, remember when I told you I heard that creature roar and all that? I think those characters was alive at some point because I heard something fighting. I heard fighting just briefly though. It might have just finished them off at the end, but then I saw bodies and it had already killed everybody there. So that happened while I was searching. I think things are going on in the world
Right.
constantly. Also, that active day night cycle and all
Oh,
of that
I
is
experienced
active
that.
at
Yep.
all times. It's
Hmm.
like you don't ever like just have it jump in this daylight. It doesn't do that. It has to go through the entire cycle.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's actively doing that. So you have when Ty Howard said that the planets are orbited
Yep.
actively, he wasn't lying about that.
Yep. Yep.
And
And
you get storms and stuff too, and stuff. I just
I
wanted to let
haven't
you know
experienced.
that.
See, I haven't
Yeah,
experienced that one time yet, but
yeah,
I did experience day night for the first time as it was happening as I was going through. I'm like, why is my TV losing its brightness? And I'm
yeah,
like, it's turning night out here. It
yeah,
took me totally by surprise. I'm like, okay, and I kept going through the game. I was like, oh, I'm back in Redfall. It's just starting to pick up.
yeah,
It's about to get this. Oh, it's about to turn night. I wonder what's going on. You know. But and then here's Smitty Smith. Is you could keep your spot there. I was just scrolling through, but
hmm,
Smitty Smith chimed in at 11:02 and
okay.
said, "Nintendo make you pay full price for damn cardboard." He
That's
said, "That's
true.
some mafia shit," and it is. And I'm like, I'm going through Walmart, and I'm like, damn, you got this is cardboard, dude, for $80.
I
I'm like, are
know.
you kidding me? And sometimes we had to play with you almost my age, dear. We played with Tonka trucks. You could not break those toys. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, at least those things was something you could collect and even sell years later. But that
yeah,
cardboard, I mean,
yeah,
I want to read something real quick from
let's go.
Detroit. This is the weirdest thing. What does he mean by it? Has anyone else found harvest body parts? I have not found anything like that in
See,
my game. I have not found that.
see.
Harvest body parts. What do you mean like going around to dead bodies that have already been like I've run into places where people are dead already.
Hmm.
Um they either died from the elements or some creature killed them. I
Anything is
have seen
going
that.
on. And
Yeah.
and here's as we scroll through the chat and Deploy is back at it again. The sound in Starfield is incredible. It,
Oh gosh, yes.
bruh,
Oh my god. Not just the music. The music is fantastic. But it's the sun. Like, okay, remember I told you how the day-night cycle works? Well, even the weather is dynamic. Okay. So I was like on
haven't
Mars
experienced that
and
yet either.
I'm climbing up this abandoned facility or whatever. And all of a sudden, the higher I get, the wind picks up and you can hear the wind whispering in your ears and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And you can tell that the altitude is changing
Hmm.
because I know that because I've heard that sound before. The higher you go, the more you hear from the wind whipping around and stuff. And then with Mars not really having a lot of structures on there, it's just open space. The wind is a lot stronger, so you get gusts. And I saw that. And
Hmm.
then also, depending on what time of day it is, it reflects if it's warm or cold, the temperature drops low and everything. So you have to take into account all of that. You have to think about all of that when you're going about. And there's areas too where radiation is worse during the day or at night or something like that, or just the time when you visit. It's
Hmm.
just it's crazy how much thought went into the planet design alone. That's what I've noticed anyway.
And see, I haven't. You made me cautious about radiation, and I say I got to pay a little bit more attention to different things because I'm not going to know why I'm dying, or
Right.
you just made me think about it. But everybody is playing the game so differently. It's That's just a different a very, very, very different world. And Deploy, he's over here. He's going off at 11 a.m. Said
Mhm.
Nintendo is trash. Hey, Deploy, it's a bad thing to say, but I said it. I said it so many times. Man, Nintendo is garbage. And if it weren't for my friends and I in the quarters that we put in the Donkey Kong Jr. at this one laundromat we'd sneak off to,
Mhm.
and Nintendo would be broke today. I mean, I played these games my whole life, but what made me mad about Nintendo, now this is coming from to tell you how straightforward I am. My sister, I told her she was about to buy her daughter an Xbox. I said, no, buy her a Nintendo Switch because nobody, she's playing by herself. So you give her, and that she'll stay innocent that way. So just buy her that. She carry that Switch everywhere. Now she may not
Mhm.
play it that much, but when I think when you play an Xbox, you're gonna come across some wild games. So it's good to have your a parent there, like my daughter. I think the third time we were playing a third iteration of Gears, I went into the menu to turn the language off. She looked at me and said, Dad, I know not to say those things. So you
Mhm.
can leave it there. And the first thing that happened within the first hour, Coltrane is cussing up a storm. And my daughter, I was like, oh no, I cringed and she just bust out laughing. It was the funniest thing. So you learn in there, but we can't shelter our kids from profanity for their entire lives. They're going to hear it, so
Yeah, as
might
much
as
as
well
we want to. Yeah.
might as well hear it in my presence here. So it could be a topic. So, but yeah.
I'm gonna read from Whoop Kid. He said, "I accidentally forgot to put my suit back on before I went to a planet. I stepped out and died instantly."
Hey, that's great. And, I heard about that could happen, so I always have my suit on.
Yeah.
Now, hey, dear, I bought this fly outfit. Okay, I mean, my guy have a great haircut. He I bought this nice outfit. It was like a white top, like dressy top with some slacks. I
Mhm.
don't know how to put that on and walk around the Citadel area.
Oh, you talking about regular clothes, right?
Yeah, how do you put? I'm
Okay,
walking around with my
you
damn
unequip
spacesuit on.
you unequip your suit. You, you
Mhm,
you just click on your suit to equip, and then click again, and it unequips,
mhm.
and then make sure you click on the clothing that you want to wear, and they'll wear it.
Got it. Because I want
Right.
to walk
You
around and
just
be fire, dude.
Yeah, yeah. So that's all. Yeah, you can because I walked around in regular clothes on that main planet. I forget
Okay.
the name. What is it
I
called?
don't. I keep calling it the Citadel, and
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I think what's the name of that thing? Because I've only been there. Oh man, because I'm always like on Mars. I'm back on Crete.
mhm.
So like I've been bouncing
All right,
around.
guys, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay, welcome back, Sega
Yeah, we
Man.
didn't act up too bad while you were gone.
We reading everybody's story. Man, everybody have had some
Yeah,
different. I don't know
tell him,
what's going
hey,
on with Deploy.
tell
He's dealing with body parts and junk.
Deploy go off all the time. Hey, tell Sega
Atlantis,
man,
that's it. Yeah,
Sega-
Atlantis.
tell Sega man what you just read about your boy that walked off the planet.
Oh, Wolf Kid, yeah. At 12:10, he said I accidentally forgot to put my suit back on before I went to a planet. I
Uh-huh.
stepped out and died instantly. That was an instant death for him.
Sega man, the game is fire, dude. If you you just can't walk around in outer space, just because,
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, some
it's
planets you
amazing.
can. It just depends on what planet it
And
is.
yeah,
But
you just better not walk off into the wrong planet.
I
You
tell
know?
you this much: do not land on what planet? I was still in the solar system. It's in. I think it's Europa, I think it is, or something. That planet, even with my suit, I couldn't even stand out there. I think you got to have like a
Yeah,
high protection or something.
I
I
heard about
saw a
that too.
base out there too. I wanted to go to it, but I would have died before I got
Yep,
anywhere near that thing.
I
So I
heard
just
about that
said,
also.
I have to come back to that. I couldn't even explore that. So
Shout out to the realist. He called us stupid. He said the planet's name is
yeah,
Atlantis.
I know.
He called us
I
stupid.
know the realist is like these whole brains up there, like
Yeah,
can't remember that.
yeah, he was like they don't know a
Yeah,
damn
going to
thing.
the
But
tail,
that's
yeah.
what he wanted to say, but he just put Atlantis up there trying to be slick. He was like, man, it's stupid. Yeah,
But
man. But
you know what, Dan, and before we
Oh, okay, Wilkin. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Let me pass this on to Zinc real quick.
go
Wilkin
ahead.
said you don't have to do that, dear. You can disable suits in the city's settlements in the inventory.
see,
Okay.
I don't know that.
Okay. It's
Man, I'm
see,
getting
that's the thing. You're gonna always be discovering things. I'm sorry. Go ahead, second man.
there's a lot of info in here, man. A lot of info that the chat has given us, and big shouts out to our chat. This, chopping up game with us about Starfield. I'm very happy for what Microsoft and Xbox is doing, man. I mean, especially with Bethesda, man. I mean, they always bring us pretty much really good quality games, and yes, sometimes they do have bugs, but what game don't? Every game has some kind of a bug. Even on other systems, they all have. Every game has some kind of a bug. There is no perfect, super perfect game. I mean, like Diaz said earlier, Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush is the only one I have
Yeah,
not
I
seen
never seen
anything
nothing
on.
in that game, so I'll have to give it up to Hi-Fi Rush. But besides that, you know that too, Zink. You know people trying to complain about that. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? As soon as we started the podcast, somebody came in here and said IGN or somebody gave it an 89. I don't care about no score
Nope.
numbers. I never
I
did.
don't care what IGN says. I put it this way: from this point on, no Xbox gamer should ever care about what that uh you know site does anymore after that. I want to say though, I'm grateful to the IGN of Japan and France and all that. They were fair.
Hmm.
Okay,
Oh,
I don't
good,
want to. I don't
good,
want to lump them in with the
good.
horrible and disgusting IGN of America. I don't
Hmm.
want to lump them in with that.
And
But I wish they were a separate entity
Yeah,
because
yeah, let's finish them off. And people say everybody at IGN isn't bad like that. Tell me the good one then, because I don't know any. I listen to them all. Even Miranda has changed. Okay, and
oh
as
yeah,
even she
yeah,
has changed. So and because she's trying to defend this dude. No, man. I cannot work for everyone because everyone is not honest in what they do. So I just don't work for everyone.
yeah.
Dia talks about patience. I can patiently wait for the right business opportunity. I'm just not going to work for someone just to work for someone. You know,
Mhm.
just because you're a much bigger company than I am, I
Right,
really don't care
right,
about any of that.
right.
And and here's Deploy is talking some Dia stuff here at 11:09. This dude said, "I caught a cold, tore my leg muscle in the game."
Wow. I didn't know you can catch colds in the game. That hasn't
Wow.
happened to me.
Come on, man. This
I
game is
mean,
ridiculous.
Zink, Bethesda, because I've been playing their games for a long time,
This is my first one.
and they always did they always did really good, Zink, with their games, like even the Fallout series. I couldn't. It was hard for me to kind of get into like the Fallout ones because there's certain things you have to do in it, but I still try my best to play some of those games. And the games that they have, like Doom and Down the Board, Dishonor, all these games, was it Wolfenstein? Or some people say Wolfenstein. All these games, they always ran good and they played good. I always had good experience with all like Bethesda games. I know there's bugs, I understand that, but besides that, I've always had really good experiences with their games. That's why I like those games like Dishonor and Doom and Wolfenstein and what's the other one? Duke Nukem.
Hmm.
They make Duke Nukem?
Um,
Which one to make Duke Nukem?
No, I don't think they
I
made
don't
Duke
think they
Nukem.
made
No.
that one. Yeah.
No, not Duke Nukem, but
Who
the
are,
Wolfensteins
they
and
made
and
Wolfen? Yeah, they made that. Yeah. You
and
talking
the,
about all the companies under ZeniMax,
Cinemax.
right?
yeah,
Okay, there you go.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And they just been good. And this one here just tops it all. I mean, Todd and company, man, this game is going to be, to me, game of for a few years. This is going to be it's going to be another one of those Elder Scrolls, but in space.
It
It's going to
is.
be like that. You
And
know
there's
what I mean?
DLC coming too. Don't forget. So it's more story coming.
Yeah.
I heard that people's jaws dropped at the ending. I don't know what it is, and I don't want nobody to spoil. If anybody spoils that, I'm gonna have to show up and assassinate you. Do not do that to me, okay? Don't do it, okay? But yeah, I heard that the ending is interesting to say
Really?
the
Yeah.
least. Yeah,
Well, you know
Man.
what? The way I'm playing, I may never see the
I
end.
may never either. At this rate, I'm only bouncing between three planets.
Bro, I mean,
I'm like,
I don't think I've completed a mission yet, and I've been playing for 12 hours. So
I
I
just
I don't know.
started the mission, and that was that little girl's mission, the only one I completed.
Yeah, and you over here putting posters all over the place.
I did.
Man,
I
get out
helped
of
her
here.
out. Yeah.
Hey, here, let me get at the realist. The realist says it's not IGN, it's Dan Stapleton.
I agree,
Oh,
but he
Hey,
runs it.
the
He runs
realist,
it.
the realist one. Ryan McCaffrey is a piece of shit. Dan Stapleton is obvious garbage. The lady Pat Bailey, she's garbage. I can run down situations of everyone at IGN and the garbage they've pulled over 2 decades. I don't forget any of it. Like, let's go to Pat Bailey. People don't know too much about her, but she's the infamous one that said, "I broke the story. Microsoft isn't going to isn't going to E3. They're going to have an E3 show, but it's going to be somewhere in California, or somewhere in Los Angeles." I'm like, how about across the street? How about that at their own studio? How about across the street, Pat Bailey? You know, I haven't forgotten the garbage Ryan McCaffrey said in Phil Spencer's face that he would never say to a Nintendo executive or Sony. PlayStation is a beast. Yeah, Ryan? I'll never forget anything that these people have done. There's
yeah,
not one, they said there's 150 employees at IGN. Well, 160 employees at IGN are trash.
I
160
agree.
out of the 150. It's not one good thing going on at IGN. I,
I don't think anything
you
good can
lucky
come.
Hebot ain't here.
I don't think anything good can come from a company that is actively trying to put down a company that's trying hard to bring value to customers and to bring good games and stuff
yeah,
where everybody can have access to it.
Right.
There's nothing but good there, and they're actively trying to destroy that. When to go to the point to take a game like Starfield, if Starfield was trash, that'd be fair game, okay? But it's not. Everybody they was confused by it.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yep.
the fact that they're actively doing this, we can do
Dear,
without the IGNs in the world, if you ask me.
dear,
You know,
polish them off. It's not that they were confused. They were confused and wrong and proven wrong later by people did what that did in the game that you said the game couldn't do.
oh yeah, because
Go
that
ahead.
then Stapleton found out that he didn't even know what he was doing in the game. The guy probably didn't even spend that much time in the game. He said that you can't even sneak in the game. Okay.
huh.
Turns out he didn't even open up the
No.
perk so you can start sneaking. You don't, the
He
game
didn't even know
allows
you
you
had
to
perks.
play. Yeah, you look, you have it doesn't just do it for you. It doesn't automatically open up for you. You have to, it's to play your way. So you have to actively go in there and decide where you want to allocate your points and what you want to do and not do. That's how the game is set up. I
Yeah,
don't know. It's not rocket science. I don't understand how this guy has he ever played a Bethesda game. That's my question. Because that's how all Bethesda games are. It doesn't tell you how to do nothing and it doesn't force anything on you. You
Mm,
have to actively go into their menus and set up how you want your game to be and how you want your character to be, you know.
mhm,
So I don't know. I don't know what that guy did, you
mhm.
know, but
And
he
before
didn't actually play the game, in my opinion.
and
yeah,
before some crackhead that don't listen to us think I'm mad at the realist, I'm not. The realist saved my life because I don't know what I would have done if they would have let Paris Lily escape. Okay,
yeah,
I haven't forgot his bullshit he pulled from damn near 20 years ago. I haven't forgot it. I'll never forget it. And I just can't trust someone like you. It's like Dia saying, I'm forced to watch them because they have information that only Microsoft gave them. But I refuse to watch everything he did on Flight Simulator because I
Who's
know what
propping him up though, Zink? Tell me. Just answer that question. Who is propping Paris Lily up?
it's kind of it's like a bunch of YouTubers propping them up.
No, it's Microsoft. Ever
Microsoft
since
is chief
Microsoft
doing it.
started having him host stuff
But,
on there, now I ain't saying he
yep.
wasn't out there, but that really propelled
True.
him.
oh
It did.
yeah, oh yeah,
It propelled Rand to stardom. Microsoft has propelled a lot of people to stardom, and they double back and they undercut you. I don't like that. I do not like disloyal people like that. I just don't. And you don't even have to be loyal, but speak truth on it, dude.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
come to me. I don't want to hear anyone say Starfield isn't this or that when Spider-Man is 5 hours in one dimensional.
Yep.
Don't
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
You can't say
And
nothing to that.
and because I come from playing the games from its infancy, 50 years ago, and just straight Pong. I expect everything to get better. Always expect things to get better and better and better. And they're still singing. Here's a small illustration. YouTubers are still praising how great Naughty Dog is. When Naughty Dog and Gears came out in the same month, Gears killed it, but yet Gears has evolved to campaign co-op, to multiplayer, to horde mode, to escape mode. Uncharted is still the same damn game.
Yep.
Has no progressions. Dude, you can't tell me how great a studio is until you've elevated yourself. And that's why I won't let people talk about Halo Infinite. You can't.
I do too. I fight that because you want to
Stop.
gaslight people into
Oh yeah.
thinking that game
Oh yeah.
was bad at launch and it wasn't.
Wrong.
I want to read something real quick from Shane G. He said Xbox Ponybots refused to give the best RPG ever made a 10, yet give Sony games a 10. I'm gonna tell you
Tell him,
this,
Shane
Shane.
G.
I'm
Tell him.
gonna tell you this, Shane
Tell
G.
him.
Starfield will be played for years to come. And I'm telling you, in time when we get past this, these people that's running this stuff now, and people just have the game and it's no longer in the spotlight like it is today. They're gonna look back at it just like Fallout 4, just like other games that might have, when it first came out, people complained about this or that. They look back at those games now as nostalgia. And just like I've said before, Ty Howard doesn't have many games left in him. He just doesn't. He's growing older. Okay. And his games take forever to come out. So people are going to look back at this and you know what IGN is going to be remembered for? That dog crap score they gave. But that game is going to be remembered as legendary. You best believe it will,
Oh
because
yes. Oh yeah.
it's taken all those things that he's done in those past games and elevated and improved on it.
Hmm.
And now you got people saying, "Well, he's not doing anything new." Why should he? The things that he did before is what people liked about the game.
And this is new to me. I'm listening to people that play Todd Howard games. Y'all telling me things new. Okay. So it's new to me. He's never been in space before. Is
He's
that new?
never done that before.
How
And
about
there are some systems that's different, like the space flight and all that. But I just think they're going to complain about anything. It doesn't matter what the game does, they're going to complain about anything.
Yeah.
And
that? Let me put into perspective what you said for people that didn't hear you.
okay.
Even though Todd said that he have other games that he want to make, he can't
Mhm.
do it forever. It's
No.
it's like this. Tamanabu Itagaki is gone. That team split up.
Yep.
He and his people went one way, Team Ninja went another. So now we'll never experience another great Ninja Gaiden game
Yeah. Yeah.
ever. They're gone. And that's the reason I don't like God of War. I love the character. He is God. Kratos is a badass character. But that game, when you go into gameplay versus Gaiden's gameplay is no comparison. I
Mhm.
could not play God of War. It's too point and clicky, and you sitting watching the fight. Uh, Ninja Gaiden, you are the fight.
Right. That's
You
right.
know,
That's right.
it's but we'll never see that again because Tamadabu Itagaki, the best at Team Ninja, he and his group is gone. The other half of Team Ninja's making some garbage ass games. We'll never get another
You'll
Ninja
never
Gaiden
get
game
it.
again.
And
It's,
so,
it's
and but you now what you have left is the Ninja Gaiden games that people that are unique and they will never be replicated. Okay, and that's what I believe these games will fall under. When Ty Howard is long gone, even if Bethesda's still there, he's a visionary, so he'll be gone. And these games, we'll look back at these games, loving what he left behind, but knowing we cannot really have games like that moving in the future. Now all of a sudden people are acting like these wide open games. Oh, been there, done that. I've even heard
mm,
somebody say, and although they're entitled to their opinion, they never played Starfield when they made this opinion. They weren't trying to attack it. They was just stating their opinion. I just want to make this clear. But this person said, "Well, it's just a No Man's Sky." So I mean, I prefer
oh,
No Man's Sky. It does everything that Starfield's trying to do better anyway. And I was like, did this person even play Starfield? I'm
no,
not saying that No Man's Sky is a bad game. It's not. I own that too. but all it does is exploration. It doesn't have all these other
Don't
systems
have the
in play.
dialogue in there, bro.
It doesn't have, and it doesn't do RPG better than Starfield. I'm
Nope.
sorry, it doesn't do that.
Yep.
So, but they said that not knowing anything about the game, and I said, you can say you prefer to stick with something like No Man's Sky, and that you're not going to bother to play that, but to act like the game is better, you don't know that until you play it. You got to play a Bethesda game. You can't be told about it. I can't put a diagram about it. Just like Sega Man's trying to learn. What we're saying is not going to help him in his game.
That's right.
Little tips here and there might help, but
Mhm.
that's it. When he plays that game, who knows what his adventure is going to be? We
Yeah.
don't know.
Could be totally different.
It may be, and it may go into. You know what, Sega Man? You say you're going to play a certain way. You don't know how you're going to play when you actually get in that game. You
That's
may
right.
change your
And I
mind,
love it.
and you can change the direction of your character all
I
of a
love
sudden.
it.
And that's the thing. You have the freedom to do that.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, you can go against the grain and say, "Hey, the heck with it. I'm gonna become a bounty hunter."
Yep.
And you can
I like
be a
about it.
bounty hunter.
A lot
Yeah,
of choices.
So,
a lot of choices there in the game. There's a lot of different things you can do. That is great. That's what brings longevity. Also, to be honest with you, with a lot of Xbox software and games, there's a longevity in our games. It keeps you coming back for more, and it's definitely worth when you invest and buy Microsoft games. Let's just be real. It's worth the money you pay. Like if you pay $70, let's say like me and Zink paid for, or we get the bigger ones. Like somebody pays $70 for Gears, right? Mm-hmm. They get more in there. They're always adding stuff,
right?
Gears and different things like that. So you are getting your money's worth. It's not a one and done like our brother 100 used to say all the time. They're not one and done games. Our games have longevity. Halo.
Hey, Sega Man, let me pause for a second. Tuck once in. He's repeated that about 3 times now.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Even if we're about to go, I want to hear Tuck at least talk his shit.
Yeah. Let me get Tuck in here real quick. Let me get him in. Let me get him in real quick.
Shane Ginn. I'm looking for something. Shane Ginn, the realist, said. I lost it. Oh, God.
I know the thing scrolls so fast.
Yeah, and we were talking, and I was into your conversation.
Brother, Tuck in real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Y'all go ahead. Yeah. But our games, they just have longevity, man. They do.
Mm-hmm. And it's a good thing, man. I mean, and this is the type of progression that I've always wanted games to have. And I miss Mass Effect so much.
Now you got your own Mass Effect.
And
somebody made the Normandy already.
They did.
Starfield.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, some joker made the starship or whatever that thing is from Star Wars.
Oh yeah, what was that? I
Millennium Falcon.
It was a Falcon. It wasn't a starship. It was a wing fighter or something.
Yeah, something like that. It wasn't the Millennium. It was something else. What did they call it? X fighters or
X fighter
or something like that. Something like that. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, they made that, and somebody made the Normandy from Mass Effect. So
that's another thing that you can do in these games. In these games, they could make all those ships and stuff in this game. I don't really see other games where you can make all types of ships and stuff like that. And that's what brings more to Starfield 2, and there's more to come. I mean, it's just
I mean the modders haven't even gotten started on this game yet, and then they're already doing quality of life upgrades and stuff,
Yeah, and like our boy Shane G over here, echoing what Flip Money created in Ponybots. Shane G said, "There's Tuck."
I was wondering when that was going to kick in.
Oh, cute.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. All right, that's all right.
11:26 a.m. Shane G pulls up. I'm talking about the fake Xbox guys. Scared to be called corporate shills, while Sony has the entire media apparatus and hundreds of YouTubers not scared to give Sony games a chance.
I know.
Tell them, Shane G.
Bro, I heard that the original Ponybot give God of War 10 and give Starfield a 9. No. Just no. You can't tell me that game is a 10 when it does nothing to advance gameplay. Absolutely nothing. If you want to watch a movie, if you're basing God of War off of a movie game and the amount of times the control is taken out of your hand, 10. I don't call a game. That's not a game to me. It's a game. And then you talk about what people love to try and imagine what Starfield cannot do. And meanwhile, Kratos can't jump. That,
That's
that
a
is,
good point. Yeah.
that is in an action game. You took the main component out of a game. Imagine taking jumping out of Ninja Gaiden. You taking away half your damn attacks. You know, but I speak in relative terms all the time. You just can't treat one person this way and another person a different way. I treat everybody the same. And when you're coaching, you have to treat people a little bit differently because
Hmm.
kids have different personalities. One kid, I could get on my son, he's just going to punish the other kid. But if you get on the wrong kid that's a little sensitive, you're not going to get the best out of them. But these are professionals here. Grade everybody on the same scale.
Yeah.
Tuck, what you think, man?
So,
What you
Tuck,
think
Yeah.
about this,
what's
this
going on, Tuck, man?
We want
five?
to hear. Well, I want to hear your game too,
Yeah, I
Tuck.
want. Yeah.
What you think, Tuck, about Starfield so far, man? I'm still just tried it today, but I know you guys have played more than me. Like Dea and our brother Zink said. So, Tuck, brother, what do you think about Starfield, man?
Man, let me tell you, man, the game is just marvelous. I mean, it's giving you something that really no other game really gives you. I mean, it gives you a story.
Hey,
It
Tuck. I apologize. I apologize, Tuck. Tuck, I'm very sorry because we do want to hear what you have to say. But I just caught Shane G in a lie at 11:36 a.m. This could not have happened. Rand gave God of War 10, Starfield a 9. I knew that. Paris gave God of War 10 and Starfield an 80. Man, y'all lucky Dia is on this show. Go ahead, Tuck. I'm gonna have to calm down before I say another word. Tuck, go ahead and tell us about what you think.
okay, more like what I'm trying to say. It gives you a story. It got dialogue.
Yeah.
It gives a person everything that you want in a game. It's not boring. It gives you plenty of action. There's some action that you got to go in there and just try to figure the game out.
Right.
So when it come down, these doggone people talking about, oh, it's a buzz, it's a flop, and all that stuff. Okay, what, close to 2 million people played over Thursday, going to now. The game is fully online right now to go, on the Game Pass. So what are these people talking about? These people are crazy. They're crazy, delusional, and they don't know what they're talking about.
Hey, Tuck, you know
Okay?
why? You know why it's a flop, Tuck? Because it's not on their preferred console. That's why.
Thank you. Thank you. You just said it for me right then and there. Just because it's not on their doggone preferred console, it's a flop. And it's so sad because some people want to say, well, you got to have the experience about the PS controller and all that stuff. There's no experience. My son got a PS5. He sold the son of a gun. He took it back the next doggone day. And you know what I'm talking about, Sega man. I'm talking about my son Terrell. He took it back the next doggone day.
Yep.
And he said, and you know what he told me? He said, Dad, you right. He said, Dad, you right about one doggone thing. Game Pass is good for the buck. It's good for the buck. I mean, people don't understand that. I mean, there you got the doggone miserable ass PlayStation 5 to go up a yearly on your prescription, but y'all happy with that
Yeah.
shit.
That's another thing. They're gonna be paying all that money for less service.
And
Good.
and like I was talking about the realist, where's IGN's hatred? I didn't hear the same hatred for Sony raising
I
prices
know.
on every single tier
I
Not
know.
only that, it's $80 a year separately just for cloud saves when Microsoft gives it to you. So you have to couple that in with the price of your online subscription
Yeah.
with the PlayStation. But
Why
yet,
are they raising the price?
because God of War is so great.
I
I
don't
thought you
know
knew that.
because they doing that. I don't know what they. I don't know why they doing that. Maybe they think they're going to get a lot of people. I don't know because
Okay.
who got that kind of money?
You
Games are
know,
expensive as it is, and now you got to do all of that for the service and stuff.
Dear,
And
the reason Sony had to raise prices, and people don't understand it, but I'm letting you know from 100% business fact, they have to supplement the loss they're going to incur from not having the rights to Call of Duty.
thank
That is
you.
that is an enormous financial loss. And what Microsoft has done and what the UK, they're too stupid to realize this. Jim Ryan should have caved. He doesn't know business. He should have went in with Microsoft and got as much as he possibly could. What Microsoft did, they dear, I'm sure you could cook your favorite dish. Just imagine if you had only the ingredients to cook that one dish the way you really need to make it so it's really good. Say you don't get any additional ingredients and you have to make 30 of those same plates
And
with
I'm going to quote
only in,
another word. I'm going to quote another quote what me and Sigma Man has always have said. Everybody in this panel has always have said. It doesn't make no doggone difference. Once Call of Duty go come to the Game Pass, people's going to switch
They
they're
are.
going to do it.
regardless.
And you know why, Tuck? Because now they done made it more attractive to do so.
Yeah.
Mhm. And but back to what I was saying, what Microsoft effectively did, like dear, you have the ingredients to only make one plate,
Hmm.
but now you have to make 30. But you have to use only those ingredients, so now it's watered down.
Right,
What
right.
Microsoft did, they've given Call of Duty, because Call of Duty was just between the Xbox PC and the PlayStation. Now it's going to be on Nintendo. It's going
Right.
to be on every single service. They've
Yeah.
diluted Sony's power greatly now. And what here's just the long term of business. Not only do they lose sales from Call of Duty, they're going to lose console sales, they're going to lose peripheral sales, they're going to lose everything associated with the business of Call of Duty. They
That's
have
right.
they have to raise prices everywhere.
Yeah, but in the same time, when they raise price, they also gonna lose their customers too.
We'll see because a lot. No, I'm starting to think that the PlayStation fan is like, you know, I don't know that they
They've
like.
already lost some consumers.
Have they?
Yep, by raising
Yeah,
those prices, it's been a few people that jumped off.
Okay, all
And,
right. Because I was going to say, like, if these people say nothing and they just keep paying that, I don't know what to say anymore.
the rebel contingent won't change. But and this is the one thing I had against Phil Spencer, but I understood where he was coming from, is to bring he understands marketing for everyone. Everyone can't afford that $500 box.
Right,
So
right.
he gave them the lowest barrier to entry. He gave them a $300 console and you coupled it with Game Pass. There's no better scenario of entering the
Yeah,
gaming market.
yeah. And you stay into this current gen of gaming. You can
Correct.
still play all those games.
Right.
that's right.
You can't be mad at this guy. You
That's
just
right, Sam.
can't. For everybody that want the best way to play, we have a Series X or you have a 9090 like Dia. So so
Hey,
everyone is covered.
but you also look at this too. The big advantage of having Starfield now is just this. You imagine if you only got an Xbox One or Xbox, the other X, you can
The one
still
that,
you can still stream the game off
yeah,
the cloud,
Yeah,
yep,
you can.
and
yep,
Yeah.
that is a big plus.
Well,
yep.
listen to Tuck. I called him in a lie. Well, not a lie. He's just not telling the whole truth. Because you could stream it over a cloud service, but you can't do that on Sony unless you pay that extra $80.
Well,
That's right.
well, but
That's
but
right.
thing, but even if you do that, you still ain't getting Starfield.
Yep.
Well,
So,
they watch it on YouTube. Uh,
well, that's all they're gonna do.
yeah. Yeah, they could watch us play, and then then they don't know who to watch because everybody's playing the game differently.
Man, the pony's been attacking any Sony person that's been playing the game because man, that Jaffe guy has been loving it. Like that guy
Yeah,
has
he
been like he's in euphoria or something like that. He's
yeah,
like
and
he's been
he
taking a
still threw a
drug. He
shot.
just seemed happy,
He
huh?
still threw a shot by saying
Of
it's
course.
objectively ugly, bro.
All Sony people will do
Wow.
that. You know why?
Oh,
Because they
oh,
have to. They
Oh,
all have
oh.
to act like they can't be good with Xbox. They all got to pretend. Like Alana Pierce ain't innocent either.
talk about it.
So I don't look. I wouldn't trust anybody that's
No,
on
no,
that side.
don't hide your girl. What does she do?
She
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I listened to this guy and I agree with him. I don't know if you guys watch this guy called Andy Pants TV or something like that.
Bruh,
He
that
brought
dude is hilarious,
so
bro.
good. Yeah.
Man, hey, that dude is a problem. He might. I don't know who's worse, him or J Rock.
I don't know. Yeah, because you know what? That's a good question because
Yeah.
both of them are
Woo.
like dangerous
Wow,
out there.
they are
But
dangerous folks.
he brought a good point. He said Lana Pierce is very clever at like hiding it or not hiding it, but she kind of mask it. And I agree with him on that
Yeah,
because she was acting like the game is all that good. But this woman was there day one playing the game. She had to pay the money for it because I don't think she got it early access. I mean, not
she
that
did. They'll give her one.
they
They'll
gave
give-
it to her. Okay,
I'm
so
sure. Yeah,
okay, well, okay, all right. So I guess so I guess maybe Microsoft felt comfortable giving it to her and that she wouldn't
she's
sabotage it.
actually the best of the IGN people.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
she's the best of the IGN people that actually work at IGN.
okay,
She's the one that I trust more than anybody. But
okay.
I'm glad
So,
she's not
but
going.
I agree with him in that I think that Alana Pierce is not stupid. She's not going to go so far as to upset Sony.
But
Okay,
she
so
upset her people though, because they shooting at her.
yeah, because she got to act like a shield, and that's what they want. They want her. She shouldn't even play the game, but remember she received D pics and stuff and all that. So you know, she got to understand how toxic that fan base is on that side. That side over there is lunatics. I think
Mhm.
the fan base is. I just think they're unhinged. I really do. But um, I'm just saying that anybody who is dependent on Sony for their income, whether it is directly or indirectly, I wouldn't trust anything they say.
Mm-mm,
Nothing.
mm-mm,
Okay. I think secretly they can enjoy, like, I believe a lot of them like Game Pass. I believe a lot of them know Game Pass kills PS Plus, but they'll
mm-mm.
never say it.
Nope.
They'll act like, oh, all Sony got to do is put their games out there day and day, and they good. They beat Microsoft. No, you're not. And I've already broken down why that's not going to work.
Mhm.
Okay, that's not going to help them.
Nope.
Okay, but I don't want to go back into that. But that's what they'll do. They'll act like give Sony false hope, like they can just throw their games day and day and they good because they got the better game. No, they're
Nope.
so far behind that there's just no catching up in. And like I said, it's a long list of things I can say as
Mhm.
to why they won't do it. I'm not just talking out of thin air,
No,
but
they can't.
you
And,
know,
and to make it really quick, it's like the documentary where Ballmer said, "Where are your reserves for returns?" I said this before. And let's take one game, Sea of Thieves. Oh no, let's take a game that everybody loves to hate. Let's take Halo Infinite. You
mhm,
could put Halo Infinite in the Game Pass. Halo Infinite, as people didn't want to believe me, but I know how to pick things apart.
right,
But you had to hear it when Sarah Bond said Halo Infinite is our biggest launch in Halo history. Period.
right,
Now, so that made more money than the 542 million that the previous biggest launch did in Halo 5 that everybody hated. And then the following month, it made more money than that. So this game made $1 billion in 7 weeks. Now,
right.
you stop it right there. Now, here are your reserves for returns that God of War can't do. It makes money after point of sale. So every single hour, this game is going on and it has been in the top 20 for what, 18 consecutive months. Halo makes money on a daily basis. God of War will never make money after its initial point of sale. So you don't have any way to replenish your coffers there. You just don't. It's over.
Look at what Toom is.
Cool man at it.
Yeah, he said at 12:49. There you go, folks. Other Zeke got his Halo bars.
Hey man. Hey, I'm glad Unlimited. I'm glad Unlimited.
No.
I'm
Oh
glad
man.
Unlimited slick ass ain't here to say it. You know. Yeah, but and that's why I chose Halo because everybody. It's like NWA back in the day. Halo Infinite is the nigga they love to hate. They love to hate it while it stays successful. They love to hate it. Even and Sega man, you want the Forza game to come back, right? You
Oh
big
yeah,
on Forza.
yeah.
Well, and Dia brought up Fuzzy Belvedere. If I'm Microsoft, I'm only giving Forza to two people. I'm giving Forza to the dealer, and I'm
And
giving
Fuzzy.
Forza to Fuzzy.
Yes, they should give it to Fuzzy. That guy's the one of the biggest
Yep,
Forza fans I've ever seen out there.
ever,
That guy.
ever. So we could get an accurate depiction of what this game is actually like.
Right,
If you're giving it to anybody.
right.
But anyway, man. But yeah,
I
too,
mean,
man. He ain't
the
shit for
only
it.
thing I don't get is this, and I want to ask you this: how is a million people playing it on Steam, and how's a million people playing this damn thing on Xbox last Thursday, and it's a flop?
It's
I
not.
mean,
That's the see. It's
that's
it's,
that's
it's
what
the
I
same
want. That's what
thing.
I want you to. I mean, grasp that with me. You got a million people playing this game Thursday, 2 million among Steam and Xbox people. Oh, this game's a flop. In the game is averaging an 88 overall.
Well, I
But
don't
it's
go
a
off of
flop.
scores because I don't
No, we
trust the
can't do
Metacritic scores personally, and it's not just because of that one bad score. It's been other stuff. I don't trust
Oh heck yeah!
those companies, so I don't go off of those scores. But I say this that, and I know some scores are good scores, but I don't care. When you can't, it's just like a saying, I guess, in religious circles that a little leaven ruins the whole lump, right? In bread when you make bread and stuff, right?
it.
So,
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: when all of a sudden the 88 become a flop?
it,
Well,
it's
let Dia go ahead and finish, but we can say 88 is not a good score in several ways. It pulls the aggregate down when you can't trust it because they don't give, it's not accurate what they're saying. And
right,
the more you hear people speak on the game, what people are docking it for, you can actually do in the game. So the score is not even right. It's an inaccurate score to begin with.
right.
And we know from past things from the makeup of Metacritic that these reviewers cannot be trusted. Like PC
Listen,
Gamer
listen,
is set.
PC gamer hates
what I'm trying to say is
Xbox.
this.
Yeah, they
What I'm
hate
trying to say
Xbox.
is this, y'all. You look at the scores of that game. All the scores of that game is high on Metacritic, except for two people.
No, it's
I
more than
think
two
It's
people.
more than that. Yeah,
It's more than two people
yeah.
that pulls.
Metro did it. PC Gamer
But
did it.
I'm just saying. But those two right there, those two is the one that everybody went by.
But that's because they were the popular ones, and with the ones that,
That's what
but
I'm saying.
it's not that they it's not
But they shouldn't go by that.
it's not that they go by them. It's that people like J Rock and Andy Pants and us and others and people in this doggone chat know the biases of the past of IGN, PC Gamer, and other sites like this. And I know how biased Paris Lilly is. He's not slick. It's like Alana Pierce goes undercover with her
Mhm.
garbage, but she's better than
But
everyone at IGN.
Alana Pierce is doing that because she's smart. She understands she can't bite the hand that feeds her.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
the reason why she can't be trusted. Not that I think she's bad. I just think she, like her and other people, they in a situation where they are Sony pays the bills. So you cannot trust it because Sony is a corrupt company. And so
Yeah.
therefore
Really.
they're gonna have you give them scores that you might not would give them, right? Or give Xbox bad scores that you wouldn't do. That's the whole point. You can't trust the whole industry because Sony has their tentacles in almost everything, even the
Everything.
advertisers,
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
So you
Well, I
can't
mean,
trust it.
I'm
And
gonna tell
and then
you.
let me give you something else, Tuck.
Let me get through.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take you back to a game that way back that did real good. And it first came out when Xbox made it exclusive. That was Sunrise and Wrong.
Oh
A
yeah.
day,
yeah.
a day before they lifted the on certain, a day before they did a review on it. Everybody at IGN was saying that it's good. It's a good game. Then all of a sudden, they let one certain guy review it on the IGN the next day when the game came out. Then all of a sudden, I said, like, how in the hell are you gonna try and talk about this game all this good? Then all of a sudden, you let another guy get a review of it. That is not his type of game, and he gave the game dog crap. I'm just saying, how the heck can you do that?
Because you're dishonest, and it was like you missed the top of the show when I told my experience of Grand Theft Auto. That's not my game. Grand Theft Auto is not, but that was the game of the generation because the 10 hours I played of that game, it's like Starfield. Everybody had a different experience, and I'm
Right.
listening to this. I'm like, man, this is insane. My experience was very different. So when you could do that much in a game, games have come a long way. That was it. And even though it's not a game for me, it that was the game of the generation. You know, I'm a Halo guy. You know, but back to Paris and what Dia is speaking of, I didn't see this yet. Just like Shane G brought up what Paris gave the game, and this is how sneaky people are. But like I said, we were taught to listen first in marketing. We were taught to listen. They said Greg Miller gave Starfield a 3 out of 5. Then went on a rage talking about how great and glorifyingly great Starfield is and can't get enough of it, but you gave it a 3 out of 5. That's a D. That's a letter grade of a D. That is not a good score. So you put one thing on paper that's going to stand forever and be included in the aggregate, but yet you try and praise the game. Your score does not reflect that. It's dude, they think they're slick. I don't want to hear what you say.
They
I
don't
want to see
want the
what you do.
backlash because this was one of those games that, unlike other games, you can trash a good Xbox game and get away with it. Like, that's another thing, Tuck, when you said, like, how can they say that something is bad when it was at an 88? Because they gaslight you. It's the same thing they did with Halo. Halo came out a fantastic game. It played well. There was
Yeah,
nothing wrong with the
nothing.
game. It was lack of content that was always the issue, okay? Because we know that 343 had never done a gas game before. But
Not only that, deal, but you have to factor in COVID-19.
COVID
These
too,
people
right?
did not
COVID
work
was
for
part of that
2 years
too,
as a normal,
right?
and only
And
3 games came out, 3 or 4 games
right,
came.
a lot of games
Yeah,
got postponed and
got
all that
killed.
stuff. So my point though is being that now if you talk to the average person, because they've been hearing this drummed in their ear over and over and
Yes.
over again, they will say, I've literally seen people say Halo is a bad game, that game is
Correct.
trash. They
Correct.
don't know what they're talking about, because Halo, even it was never a bad game, it has
Ever.
always played well.
Yep.
It wouldn't have got the score it got if it didn't.
That's
Okay,
right.
so that's what they're doing now. They're right now going to they're going to drum this over, because they can change perceptions if they
Yep.
keep saying the same thing over and over again. At some point, people are going to think Starfield is a bad game. And that's what they hope to do, because they were successful with Halo.
And I wanted to
Too
say
many
this. I'm
people think that it's a bad game. I'm sorry.
No, no, you spot on. And I just wanted to jump in because Realist is talking about the same thing. I was about to say this. Metacritic weighs certain outlets differently as well. Correct. IGN score is to the third power of anybody else's score. So their weight carries more weight than a normal one, as being everyone's score is treated the same. No, their score is treated higher. I'm sure GameSpot is treated higher. I'm sure PC Gamers is treated higher. So if you were to accurately give a mathematical equation and average everything out, your numbers would be off because you don't know the weight that Metacritic gives to IGN or gives to a GameSpot or gives to a jackass like Greg Miller and his crew or Colin Moriarty. I don't think Colin is a part of Metacritic, but I think Greg Miller is. That 3 out of 5, that is a D when you do the numbers. It's a D. That's not a good score.
Right.
So yeah, man. But but I don't follow Metacritic. Like everybody loves ACG. It almost made me to give a super cuss word talking about ACG. Soon as I heard ACG said Redfall was the worst game he's ever played, and he broke embargo to say that. I was like,
Wow.
oh, really? This must be a great game. I bought the $99 bite back edition of Starfield. 240 hours into the game. Okay, I don't care what these reviewers say. Oh, I don't care what they say. But
Nope.
it did inspire me to buy the game because I'm like, oh, this must be good. Because I knew they were going to get backlash. Microsoft was going to get backlash for two things. One, they bought ZeniMax and made Starfield and Redfall exclusive. So they were waiting for the hate. Then Hi-Fi Rush got dropped on their face by accident. Great game. Took them by surprise. Everybody had to play the game from day one. They hated that. So somebody had to be the fall guy. Redfall is the fall guy. Halo Infinite is always going to be the
Oh
fall
yeah.
guy.
Oh
That's
yeah.
why everybody say something about Halo. I'll give you a fact as to why you're wrong. I'll give you a fact. It's just the way it's going to be.
Hey, Zink, Halo, the original Halo on the Xbox hurt their feelings back then.
Hey, Sega man, 23 years they've been trying to create a Halo killer.
Yep.
So Halo is trash.
Unsuccessful.
Halo is trash. It's been here for 23 years. And here's another fun fact. This is even without the Halo rising to $6 and $10 billion respectively after it was supposed to be dead. Halo was worth 5.5 billion all on its own. The entirety of ZeniMax was only worth 4.9 billion. That's every game under the ZeniMax
What does
label.
that tell you?
So now, and of course they bought ZeniMax for 7.2 billion, and if you bought Halo, it'll be about 8.5 billion dollars.
Oh
That's
yeah.
one damn game,
Yep.
just one.
Mm-hmm.
So don't come to me telling me what a failure that is, because Dia's girl Bonnie Ross is my favorite. One chick was the employee at 343. Just
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
She recruited 1,500 and then made the franchise worth more than what it was before she picked it up. So everybody, keep Bonnie Ross out your mouth. When you say something about Bonnie Ross, you just telling us how much you telling me for sure how much you don't know about business. That's what you're doing for me.
That's right, Zink. That's right. 100%. They always trying to make a Halo killer, and they were all in their feelings back then because nothing could touch Halo back then. Nothing.
Nope. And they can't touch it now. It's still the top 3 games if you're talking about the way you play in the game. People could hate Call of Duty. Even I haven't played Call of Duty in the last 6 iterations. But that's a dope game. You're just not going to have everybody playing the same game if it's garbage, dude. You just
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, that's right.
Call of Duty, Destiny. I don't play Destiny, but you can't shake the control of that game. You can't shake the control of Halo. You just can't do it. So
Nope.
everybody just settle down and give the credit to where credit is due.
Yep. I don't think they ever will, bro. I really don't.
Yeah, man. But hey, is Tuck still here?
Tuck, you still here?
Because we still didn't find out what all Tuck did with
his game.
Starfield.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I want to hear that, and I can't wait to hear. Yeah, go ahead. Let this dude.
Can we hear what?
Hey, well, no. What class of character did you pick? That's what I wanted to know.
I picked the damn bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter.
Okay.
I'm picking. And hey, I didn't even get into the game yet, but because I've been so busy at work, man.
Yeah.
I'm not really just stored in the game, really. But my son, he's been playing the hell out of it. He's a bounty hunter, and he probably got maybe like 35 hours in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Damn.
A lot of people putting a lot of hours in this game.
Oh, he said that's the only game he played.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He got Starfield, and that's the only game that he's been playing ever since Thursday.
See, I'm glad you said that. I got to call my son. That's how I know what a game is doing because the kids play more games than we do. We have a few more things to do. I can't wait to see what my son has to say about the game because he'll always do something different. My daughter as well, and I couldn't wait to hear Dia. I can't wait to hear what Sega Man, not Sega Man, Unlimited have to say.
Oh yeah, his game. Yeah, he
And
probably way ahead of us though. You and I are
right,
playing at a slow pace, so
right, and I want to hear what Dr. Vaca have to say because Dr. Vaca is different.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, he's very different. So I want to hear, what they're going through in the
Yeah,
game.
but I tell you right now, man, the only thing I can say about this game is just it's just marvelous, and people are jealous of it. Sony ponies are jealous of it. Some of these so-called what you call it, ex-twats,
Mm-hmm.
they just complain about every little game that comes out that Microsoft does, and they don't want to give Microsoft no credit either. So they know we're gonna call them what y'all call them, pony bots.
pony bots. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
call
they
them
might as
pony
well
junkies.
just split between both of them. So but just to me, this game is just enormously huge. It's a huge game. It's a game that you can play forever. You know they're gonna put download content on this game like it ain't nothing. So expect for that to happen. Everybody think that this game is gonna change, but the thing about it is, it's in space.
Mm-hmm.
It's in space. It ain't gonna have no cinematic graphics, which I do not want. Which I do not want in this type of game.
Thank you,
You're
Tuck.
gonna have some cinematics, but it's not gonna be all cinematics like God of War. 32 hours of cinematics in the damn game. You don't even get to play that game
Hmm.
that damn much. I mean, don't get me wrong. And the same thing gonna happen with Spider-Man. Me and my boy, we got to arguing about that today, and I just told him straight up. I said, dude, I said, as of right now, I said this discussion is over with. I'm not talking about it no more. I said, you got an Xbox. I said, sell your damn Xbox ASAP. And that's it. Because that's all you want to do is down and criticize. And that's the only reason why you bought the Xbox. And just always a down and criticize. But your PS5 is getting collecting dust.
Hmm.
As of right now, it's collecting goddamn dust. Waiting for Spider-Man. What? This be what? Spider-Man what? Which one would this be?
I need Heba for that or Unlimited, but I think it's like the 39th Spider-Man game or something.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I mean, and I just keep on telling us that this is your third try at Spider-Man in 5 damn years. So what more are you gonna get? Are you gonna get as a single player game? You ain't getting no co-op. I'm like, damn, at least give me some co-op. But that game is not gonna have nothing.
Yeah, where's the
So
false advertisement in that? It's showing us two characters, but we can't play co-op. They murdered Halo 5 on that. It's false advertising. Yeah, all right,
big
bro.
time. But another thing too, everything, and I caught his ass in a lot. He gonna come tell me, well, he said, well, hey, well, PlayStation came out with a press conference saying that the reason why they're gonna go ahead and raise the prices is because of the fact that they're gonna gotta put their games day in day one. And I said, you know what? I said that's a damn lie because Sony did not even announce that day one. That would be something that they would have to announce day one to let people know why they raised the price on their machine.
And you know what?
Day one
They
thing.
they
And I
did put
said,
they
now
did
you
put
told me this 2 days ago. Having not one media outlet came out saying anything about that. So I said you a lie. And then he gonna turn. And then I caught him in another lie. He gonna say, well, this guy turned and said that he did 25 hours in Starfield, and he wanted his money back. And I said no. I said in front of his money. I said, you know what? I said you a damn lie, because no one. If I got 25 hours in a damn game, no, ain't no way in the world Microsoft's gonna do that shit. Cause don't get me wrong, they keep a track of how many hours
Mhm.
you are in this game.
Oh yeah, they know. Everybody knows.
They know. So now you ain't getting your money back after 25 hours. After 25 hours. Now, if you didn't like the game within the first 2 or 3 days, within the first day, they might give you consideration. But now, 25 hours, dude, please. I don't know where you even coming with that at. And I told him, I said, I don't even know where you coming up with that with those numbers at all. And I told him, I said, after that, man, we don't got nothing to talk about. So
Yep.
So I just told him you just sell your Xbox and let me that.
Well, guys, this was a good show, man.
Great show, man.
Your boy
I'm
Shane
glad Dia
did
pulled
work.
up, man, because
I'm glad
I
Dea
had to hear
came.
another perspective.
Glad Tuck and Dea came, and it was really good, guys, to honestly hear my panel's opinion, man, about the game, because I know Dea definitely knew Dea and Zink were in the game, and Unlimited
and Tuck.
and Tuck. Tuck, I think Tuck might even be further than me.
I just really just now started, man.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because like I said, I've been so busy at work, man. I mean, we've been doing all this overtime and all that stuff, so I'm just now really just now starting myself.
Yeah,
so.
And the thing is, man, Starfield is a game that you need at minimum, I'd say 2 hours to get into, especially starting off, because it's a lot of
2 hours can be the character creation. I say
word up.
At least, in my opinion, at least 6 hours.
Wow.
At least.
That's right. And I'm about 12 and I still don't know what I'm doing.
I know.
But I'm having a great time. Yeah. But I need to learn some few more things.
I gotta learn the crafting better, because that's
same. I don't know nothing about crafting. I'm just stupid at crafting. But I can't. When I figure it out, boy, like when I figured out how to upgrade, I could use the perk to upgrade my weapon. I started knocking things down, but then I ran out of bullets.
Yeah, you probably got to upgrade your capacity.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do it, because I'm gonna get it in. But yeah, man, I'm glad you had a show, because I wanted to get some of this off my chest. And shout out to Shane G, because shout out to everybody.
Shane G, man, and the whole crew.
But I'm glad Shane G told, because I don't watch Paris anymore, so I'm glad he gave Starfield an 80. I'm glad he did. I don't ever want those guys agreeing with me. I just don't. I'll feel cheap if they started agreeing with me on things. So,
all right, man. Well, hey, it was a good show today with Brother Zink and our first lady of chat, the first lady of Xbox. They have 4, 5, 6, 8, and of course my brother Tuckmaster, GJ Tuckmaster. It was great to have y'all in here. It's really good to hear everybody's opinions and what they've been doing in the game, including the chat, which is always on fire, man.
Man, that was great. I was just about to call myself my own lie. I said I was about to say I'm glad we had 4 different perspectives, but you throw the chat in here. Floyd's talking about something totally different.
Floyd running around with body parts and stuff.
That is the mark of a great game. Go ahead, Sega Man.
Yeah, man. And Deploy, he's on my friends list. He be playing the games, bro. He's a diehard, bro. Deploy, big shouts out to Deploy, man. Everybody in the chat, man.
Yep, everybody was coming with new stuff.
Guys, man.
Wilkins,
all them. Shane G.
We
got Zink,
Shisno Elite, Tool, man. Everybody came with some different stuff, man. Everybody came with a different body blow to the game.
You hear what Smitty Smith said? Yeah, you hang out with a lot of liars.
Hey, and Smitty Smith, they all at the water cooler too. All of them can be found at Tuck's job at the water cooler.
Yep. And Rain G4, big shouts out to him. The Realist, Radiance, T Reaper was in here for a little bit. We had T Reaper in here. Of course, always brother Wilkins. All these in here, man. Shang G, everybody that came. At who else do we have in here?
Yeah, I'm glad we shouted everybody out. I don't think we missed anyone.
Smitty Smith, Andy.
Yeah. And Andy was the new guy that we never seen.
Snooky.
Hey, I got one question. We'll come up. The Realist said something. He said Andy Pants is Xbox now, so maybe Realist knows something that we don't.
Oh,
but,
yeah, I did. I just discovered him through Unlimited. So,
same. I did.
Yeah, same. Yeah. And I've been watching his stuff ever since. So I don't know anything about it. But he makes some of the best content. My favorite is when he put to the test how long it takes for both character of God of War and Starfield to hit a wall. And he never did hit a wall in Starfield, but I think it took like 5 seconds for him to hit a wall
Yep.
in God of War. I
Yep.
was like,
And,
wow.
and then Andy Pants said, press X to move along Sony games. And that's exactly what it is. Press
Yeah, he
X to
hates
move
Sony games.
Oh
Yeah.
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 So if the realist will let us know through a marathon podcast of Xbox All In, or
You need to
he's
get
also
Realist in
on
here or some of one of ours one
it.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna have to
do,
get
we
realist
do,
in here.
we
Yeah,
do.
we
I
gotta
hung out with realist a couple times, but and also he's over there with our other dude that talk a lot of shit. How am I forgetting his name? New Legal and those guys over there.
legal. Yeah,
Yeah,
legal.
they
Oh,
talk some
okay.
trash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they ended. Yeah, but yeah, man. But thanks
Legal
for
and
having us on,
Techno
Sega Man.
Glass, all them dudes.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, big shouts out to y'all, man. I'm gonna let my panel do their outros because we gotta get out of here. Your boy Sega Man gotta go put in that grind, man. It's hot as hell down here in Pittsburgh, man. It's crazy hot, and the humidity is just it's outrageous.
It's
It's thick. You
terrible.
cut it with a
Yeah.
butter knife down here, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But let's do our outros, and first let's start with our brother DJ Tuckmaster. Hey Tuck, man, tell everybody where they can find you.
Hey, everybody, here with the DJ Tuckmaster, the original pony killer. Whatever you do, do not trust the damn pony. Do not trust Sony. Tell Sony just to take a hike and get ready for it because their time is over. And that's all I got to say about that.
All right, Tuck. Thank you, man, for coming. I'm sorry I didn't get to you right away, brother Tuck, but I'm glad that
Don't worry about it, man.
glad you got to join us, man. Really appreciate it. And our brother, Other Zinc, man, Other Zinc be bringing the smoke, man. I tell you what, before we go, man, I gotta say this real quick. One time, Other Zinc, man, I've never seen him like this. He was on the show with 100, and he had that dude in there. I forgot the dude's name. And Zink was yelling at the top of his lungs at this dude, man. He's like, "What the hell you say, man?" He was going off on it. It made me mad. It made me mad when he got into it with that dude, man. I forgot the dude's name, but
Yeah, man, and I left it right there because
yeah,
if we're face to face, that would never happen.
I know.
So I never uttered his name one more time
Yeah,
because it'll just be different. And
yeah,
and those things don't come out of me anymore. Well, I'm not like that anyway, unless I'm playing basketball, and that's just in competition. But that was something different. And
yeah, man. I've never seen
even my guys that I had the biggest wars with in basketball, we meted each other at the club when we were younger. It's big respect because we had an all out battle that day, but this stuff is different, man. I'm like, nah, we're not gonna do that. So I just left it there.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, you could find me in the chat and hanging out with you guys. I'm really glad Dia pulled up because I really wanted to hear what her religious experience was gonna be like. Because I really thought, I'm like, man, she gonna play this game a nice way. She's not gonna get too many battles, and here she's fighting for her life with a knife. But the game is a 7 though. It's a 7,
Yeah, hey, Zink, man. You know what? You see it out there, Dea, before we let her do her outro, and Tuck already left. But you see it out there. Me and you, Dea, all of us. Our brother Unlimited, shouts out to Unlimited. Our brother Hebot and our brother E-Rock. Big shouts out to them and Sega Forever and T Reaper. All the brothers out there. We knew when this dropped, we knew that this was going to happen. We were already ready for this. We were already ready for this. We told you guys what they were going to do, and that's what they're doing right now. They're so predictable. These dudes out here, they're so predictable, and it's pathetic and it's pitiful. It's real pitiful out here, man. These people in the gaming streets just making it so toxic or trying to make it toxic for people. But we're not weak over here. I mean, like I said, we play our games, man. We play our games. You know what I mean? We know we have good games. We know Starfield is going to be a super mega hit. And just like brother Zink said, and Dea, it's not going to win Game of the Year. We already know it's not. I'll be shocked, but I know it's not. I know it's not going to win Game of the Year because of the scores they're trying to give it, because of the stuff that they're saying, because they do not want an Xbox game to ever win Game of the Year on the what do we call that? The what is it called? We call it the PlayStation Awards. It's not the Gaming Awards. It's the PlayStation Awards.
Yeah, the proper name is the Jeff Keighley Kojima Sony Award Show.
That's exactly what it is, bro. That's exactly what it is. So, on that note, Let's let Dea 4568 give out her outros. The first lady of chat, the first lady in our opinions of Xbox. Dea 4568. Thank you for coming, Dea, again and joining us on my little podcast I had here. Before we go
Thank
to
you for
work, hearing
having
about
me.
Starfield, man. I'm glad you told me this stuff, Dea, because I'm gonna you and Zink. I'm gonna keep this in my mind when I go back on the Starfield. I'm gonna try to play a little bit more tomorrow in the morning, but I
Mhm.
have to be off really honestly to enjoy
You do.
Right. To
more.
put more time into
I
it.
have
Yeah.
to be off, but I'm gonna go mess around with it again tomorrow morning. But I have to be off, so maybe like a Saturday or Sunday evening, if I'm not busy with family, I have to have time to sit down and take my time with this game because I want to put some good quality gaming into this game, man. But
Mhm.
on that note, Dick, tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, you can always find me in the chats of our group. I'm always with them, and sometimes I'm on other shows, but I tend to stay quiet and observe more though in there. Um, with exception to I say Sean 786. He
Yeah,
lets
we
me get
talk
on
some
there and
shit in
talk
there.
sometimes. Yeah. But I want to just say, guys, I hope you enjoy Starfield, and I enjoy reading your stories. I'm looking forward to hearing more. Please be willing to share your stories and stuff. I like to hear them. I like to hear the different gameplay because it's
Yeah,
just really fun to see
yeah,
what you guys have experienced
oh
and
yeah,
stuff. I
oh,
gotta say, Deploys is the most unique so far
yeah.
that I've
Deploy
Deploy,
heard.
was
man.
ridiculous.
Oh
That
my
was
gosh, this
unbelievable.
game is crazy. And I think it's Wilkin or something, whoever is
Is it Wilkie?
diplomat. I
Wilkin,
don't
yeah.
know. Is he the diplomat? His game sounds really fun because he's gotten married already or he's hooked up with somebody or something. I'm like, wow, that's pretty
Yeah,
fast, but that's nice. And I think he's probably gonna have a family in there and everything, and probably have a home somewhere or multiple homes. And that's the thing. You can't play it as if you're living your fantasy. It is that type of game. And so I want to hear what you guys fantasy is. And hi Google Poll. I didn't see your name at first. Sorry
yep.
about
What's
that.
up, Google Paul? Thank you for coming, man.
And so I just wanted to leave that with you guys. I don't want us always to talk about the negative, but Starfield is a fun game, and we got Forza coming, so I wanted to talk about that too, and what we're going to expect with Forza and stuff. So we have a lot to talk about that's good and
Oh yeah,
positive. We're
oh
not
yeah.
going to stay just talking about those stupid scores all the time and stuff. But I wanted to say I enjoyed. For those of you who shared your stories, thank you so much. And next time, maybe we can hear some other people's stories. Maybe Smitty, you can tell us what you're doing in your game. Yeah, I don't think you
Yep,
shared that.
yep.
And so yeah, I'm looking forward to more stories, and I'm looking forward to Sega Man since he's at the
Oh yeah, I'm
beginning.
definitely gonna let you know, Dad. You and Zink.
And
Definitely gonna let you
Zeke,
know.
I'm gonna hear more about what Zeke is playing at my pace, so we're
Oh
not
yeah.
gonna run into things as quickly as other people are
Nope.
because we're not pushing the game as hard.
Nope.
But I'm enjoying every bit of it, even the mysteries and stuff. Some things I've run into have been mysteries, so
Hmm.
that's been really fun. So like, I really hope you guys enjoy it. And if Starfield is not for you, let us know next time. What are you playing? Are you playing Sea of Stars? Are you gonna play Liza P? That's getting ready to pop now.
Yep.
And Party Animals, I've been looking forward to that. And so I think Sean said he was gonna do a game night. So I might hop into that one for Party Animals. That one looked fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're gonna do something else next time, let us know what you're playing if you're not playing Starfield. So thank you guys for coming. It's always a pleasure. This is the best chat in the world. I
Oh
love
yeah.
you guys. I love my panel,
They
and thank
rock.
you for having me.
Thank you,
Yep.
man. Hey, and I gotta let Dad and them go. Hey, look, Forza. I pre-ordered that thing on the store.
100%.
Okay, yeah.
The one you get to play early, so
Yep.
that's gonna take a lot of my life away too. Forza
Yep.
is just the best racing game on the planet, bro. There's nothing that can beat it. Nothing.
Nope.
It's the best on the planet, man. I cannot wait to get into that. I'm gonna buy a physical too. It's the best on the planet, man. I
Right.
cannot wait for motorsport to hit my controller again. Me and Zink are gonna talk about a day and all that. And if there's gears, you're not gonna see me, man. I'm gonna be gone. When that new gears comes out, I'm gonna be gone, bro. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
offline.
Even though Deal never play with us because she hates us,
Oh my gosh,
we'll
you
be
kill
okay.
me every time. I'm gonna play. We're gonna set up some time eventually. It just seems like every time time I get ready to want to play, something else comes out. So I'm gonna have to like commit.
Whatever, deal.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah, yeah.
commit to a day or something. I'm gonna
Hey,
have to do
hey,
that.
Zink, this is what we got to do. When Dia's on and you're on, if you're in a game or something, maybe we could make a thing and we'll play Horde. Me, you, and Dia will play. We'll play
Yeah,
Horde. We got to do
I'm
that.
pretty quick
Have
at
to, we have
picking up.
Smitty Smith said when we're on, Dia put her thing to not seen, so we won't see it.
It is on there because I'm not the only person who's on there. So I keep it on there unless I
Oh,
want to be
hmm
seen. Yeah.
hmm
we got to
Yeah.
play together. It'd be
Because
great to
I
play
don't
Horde
have
with
a
you,
box
Dia.
all to myself. So
And we won't let you die either. So,
No,
okay, thank
no,
you.
no.
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
We'll at least put it on insane so you'll see what we're talking about.
Insane for a beginner, really?
We'll carry you.
Oh my
We'll carry you. You'll be just fine. We'll carry you. You'll make it. But we want you to see what the game what enemy AI actually is.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, but we won't put you on inconceivable or master. Then we have to go get some of our boys to help you carry you through
Yeah.
because
All
that's the
right.
problem. That's a real
I,
problem.
I
yeah.
have to get familiar with the
You don't have to
interface.
do nothing. We'll carry you through it. You know,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
You'll
I'm
be.
gonna do my best, man. He might be carrying us both, Dia.
Well, just give me a date so that way I can definitely clear my
Yeah,
schedule.
Zink.
And,
Yeah,
I
Zink.
need a
When Zink,
date
when you actually have some some good
time, yeah, to
down
put into
time from
yeah.
moms and stuff like that, bro. Yeah, just hit me up on the phone and then Dia, and we can go ahead on and do that
Yeah.
game, man.
Then I can I'll know and I can set time aside
A
and we can do
weekend
that.
be good, preferably if you can.
Well, it won't be the weekend. There's too much going on this weekend, and we have to study Starfield more.
Yeah, Starfield,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Starfield got to
I
be
say
studied.
give us a little bit more time. And then
Yeah,
Forza, when does Forza come out? It's
October 5th for us because we getting it early.
Yeah, yep.
It's
If you
really
pre-order it,
October
I
10th.
did.
man, these games, it's like it's not enough time.
Nope.
No, especially
I would actually have to take off
We
work.
might have to wait until the end of the
I'd
year.
have to
Seems
use
like the games
vacation
peter
days.
out by then. We can probably do it then.
yeah, and everybody is off work around the holidays or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say maybe around November
Oh,
sometime. we can
Deploy
probably
said he
do it.
wants in with us with Gears. Deploy wants to play
Oh,
Gears.
he
with
wants
us.
in. All right,
It's on
deploy. How many people can play? Up to four?
5.
Five. So we
Oh,
got
okay.
Deploy in.
Yeah, we'll have to get some more people in.
I got Deploy on my game. You got Deploy on your
Yeah,
you got him on your
yeah. I was in it.
Xbox?
It was via Dr. Vodka. He was in the
Yeah,
chat
yeah.
one time, and he was on Xbox Live, and Vodka kept blowing me up, and I didn't realize why. And then when I came on, and I was talking for a while, and I'm like, "Whoa, you deployed!" So and it was cool after that. But he is an asshole just like us. I mean, it's
Yep.
no different, dude. So it was a good. We'll have a good time because he needs to be on here one time.
Yeah, we need.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
would be
we need
nice
to
to get
do.
Deploy or one of these guys on here.
Sega
Hey,
Man, I think that would be a nice segment to your show. Is that you maybe have different chat members, not every
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
but just
We should.
invite
We
them,
should.
and then we can actually have them
We
talk.
should.
And I think some of that would be really
Smitty
cool.
Smith.
yeah.
Smitty would be
All
Smitty.
these
You just
guys.
can't make
Yeah.
everybody laugh constantly.
Yeah.
The realist.
Real.
Yeah,
Oh, the
this is
realist.
another
That's
one.
Poe.
the
Yeah,
It's a
realist
lot of
one.
good.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
got a really strong chat, so that would be a
Yeah. We
great
gotta have
segment.
some. We gotta have them on.
And last thing before we get out of here, and because you don't hear what Deploy, Dia and I know what Deploy thinks because we heard him on Sean's show. But
Yeah.
to hear him at a longer pace when you're on the Xbox Live chat, it's no different. He don't let people slide,
That's
and,
true.
and
He
it's
Yeah.
said he would love to. So yeah, we're
it's
gonna try to
straight
get
fire,
him on. We're gonna get him on. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, but man, I'm really glad I'm glad Depoy is still in there. But I'm glad Dia came in mainly, and I really cannot wait to hear what Unlimited is saying
Yeah,
Me
about
his
either.
because I
Me either.
know he's gonna be totally
I
different from
can't
us.
wait.
I can
I'm
say,
more curious about E-Rock's game.
well,
I
Yeah,
bet
he's
you
been
that one
playing
is
too.
yeah.
He's been playing. I
E-Rock
don't
is
know
over
if
there.
E-Rock is.
We can't trust E-Rock because he's the 56th person that lives on the Pitcairn Islands. So we don't know what that doing.
Yeah, we gotta definitely figure out what Unlimited E-Rock's game has turned out. We know Tuck is he's just getting started basically because he
Yeah.
has he's been all that overtime. So
And
that's why I said we got to give it time because Starfield is such a game that eats up your time so much that you got to set time aside. I know I have to. That was Labor Day weekend, and I had to do other things, so I didn't play all the way through, like
Oh,
some
Yeah.
people did,
Right. Right.
all
Okay.
right, guys. All right. Well, hey, thank you everybody for coming. Big shouts out to the chat. I'm going to talk to Zink and Dea and them behind the scenes, man. We're gonna have some really. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a really nice, because this is a really nice year for Xbox right now. It's gonna be
Yeah.
nice for the holidays, so we're gonna have like a nice holiday podcast during the holidays, like let's say around the Thanksgiving days and,
Oh,
and,
that'd
and
be
Christmas.
nice.
We're gonna have a nice podcast here in Unlimiteds too. I think maybe I'll give away like a gift card or a month of Ultimate Game Pass,
Oh,
and we're
that's
gonna
nice.
rock out because this is a really really good holiday season for us at Xbox, man. So we're gonna chop up game, man. So look forward to that. I'm gonna talk to everybody in the, in behind the scenes about that, man. And we're gonna try to get Deploy 619 on next time when we have another show, man. It would be
And
good to hear
also,
from us.
the realist, try to
The
get him
realest
on
one,
too, because he
yeah, I
already
talked to
does
him before.
podcasts too. So
Yep.
Yeah, we got to get the realists on too, and a big shouts out to Sega Forever, man, and our Hawaiian Xbox brother.
Yep.
Big shouts out to him. All right, guys. Hey, y'all enjoy the rest of your week, man. Maybe I'll try to see you this weekend. I do family things, but I might try to come on a Sunday evening or something like that. We'll see. Or I might be playing at Starfield, but I'm gonna do another podcast here soon, guys. But I wanted to check in. I'm glad Dea came in, brother Tuck, and always my brother Zink, man. I'm so glad to see y'all. Shouts out to our crew, Unlimited, E-Rock, the most powerful gamer, He-Bot, man. Big shouts out to everybody, T-Reaper. We'll see y'all guys later. Peace and love, guys. Xbox for life. We don't die. We multiply. Remember, always eating good over here. And there definitely is no power greater than X. Peace.
Peace.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Sega Man.
All right, dear.
Okay, I'll see you next time. I know you got to go. We all do because it's still early in the day, so we got to take.
Yeah, I got to go to work, and then Dea, I will let you know. I'll let you know what's going on with
Yeah,
Dea.
I can't wait to hear your story. I'm so excited for you.
Starfield.
Yeah, because you're right at the beginning. I am too technically, but it's just I'm just going slower. And like I said, don't be afraid to do that. Take your time.
I won't.
Enjoy because I've heard of some people just stayed on one planet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just started. It was enough missions for them to just stay on one planet. That's crazy. I know this is such a big game.
Man, I will definitely let you know, Dea.
Okay.
All right, now you have a good day.
You too. You take care.
See you, Dea. Bye-bye.